Hello, and welcome to Curriculum of Wonder, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play stream taking place in the magical University of Strixhaven. I am Marco, I'm our Dungeon Master. I'll be guiding us through today's session, which is the beginning of second year, where our students will choose their college officially, joining the ranks of the Prismari, Lorehold, Silverquill, Quandrix, or Witherbloom academics. I'm going back ages and ages and ages. We'll also be doing a LARPFest, which is a big event we've been building towards on campus all summer long. And a few other cool little things are going to happen as well. So stick around for all that. How about Sarah?
Hello. My name is Sarah, and I am so excited to be back with everyone here. And I will be playing Vega, the Lucent daughter of Dawn's Cathedral, who is currently a level 4 paladin. And she is a human who recently took her oath of vengeance, which is very exciting. Next up.
Hello, I am Caitlin. I am so excited to be here as well. I am playing Ciri, the level 4 pestilence cleric, and she is a halfling.
I'm Francis. I'm playing Fergal, who is a ranger who's also level 4, coincidentally. He is a Swarmkeeper ranger.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm playing Stella, who didn't get expelled for year 2 now as an Owlin Druid. Oh, yeah.
And then, hi, I'm Andrea. I'm playing Helianthus. She is a halfling druid circle of land, I think is what I picked. That sounds right. And we're also level 4.
Nice. All right, well, so last episode we wrapped up year 1, so it's been a summer. We're starting just maybe a week prior to the first quarter of your second year getting underway. So if you left campus over the summer break, you're coming back in this week before the classes start. If you stayed on campus, you've probably been up to some stuff campus-wise. Why don't we go ahead and go through our characters? We'll just do from left to right in the token order on screen. Kind of talking about what your characters got up to over the summer break, where they've been, and also if you were doing anything that's like, personal development, we'll say, which I think many students are doing, we can see about maybe adding something to commemorate that personal development. We'll get to the specifics after you are done sharing. So we'll start with Ciri, I think.
Oh, we're going in token order. Okay. What did I do? I did stay on campus over the summer. I spent some time at my job working with the potions crew. I forget what it was called. I worked in the lab. I worked in the potions lab. I also spent some time out in the swamp, picking up some new herbs and plants and just kind of seeing, what's out there. And then the rest of my time I was in the library, looking for books on diseases, specifically 1 or 2 specific symptoms that I'm interested in looking into, and just seeing what resources we have in that capacity.
Nice. Well, given that you spent some time on potions, I don't know, what sort of skill do you think you use the most in your... It's actually called the Fantastical Horticulture Club, though it's pretty much potions and alchemy.
I would say probably nature would make sense.
Okay, cool. Well, you can either take proficiency in nature if you don't have it, or you can increase it to, what's it called? Expertise. Double your proficiency.
I do have it, but I will take expertise.
Well, there you go.
I don't know how to do that in here, but I'll figure it out while someone else goes.
There's a button for it. Stella would be next.
Well, Stella went home to the circus for part of the summer, but got a lot of family time in, helped out around the small business. But then she realized that the Strixhaven Star is in dire need of revamping, so she rushed back to the campus papered or flyered everywhere to advertise the new advice column, and also tapped Mina to, activate that rumor mill that she has going on. If you do submit a question to the Strixhaven Star, rumor is you get like a bout of really good luck. You should definitely try it out.
Nice. And you're going with those anonymous submissions like we talked about last session, right? Where people can send in their questions and you'll answer them under a pseudonym in the column, right? That was the point?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay, cool. Well, boy, that's a very, very specific skill set. I think history could work. We could do Arcana as well if you wanted to lean more into what you'd done at home, or any other skill you think that makes sense.
Yeah, let's go with history, I guess.
Nice. So proficiency or expertise if you already have it.
Cool.
What about Fergal?
Okay, so Fergal did go home for a few weeks. He had some things he wanted to do. He wanted to help his family with like the summer chores and stuff, and because his spell casting, like specifically mold earth, was going to be like really, really helpful with that. So his like chores and the summer work went by pretty fast, faster than it has any other summer, which is really nice. So it gave him some time to spend time with his family, like his little sister Mirren, who is aspiring to be a witch. So he was able to like maybe teach her a little druid craft that he knows, just some little tricks, making flowers grow and stuff like that. And he spent time with his brothers and dad. The family got into a kind of feud with the clan next door, the Doyles, and so there was a lot of like stick fighting off. So he's been doing a lot of stick fighting. And most importantly, he checked in with his mentor, Kilog, who I haven't really mentioned on stream before, but he's essentially an alumnus of Strixhaven, and also a mummy who died and was preserved by the bog. But then he was missing school, so he came back, wanted to spend a lot of time in the Witherbloom bog, like going out and visiting Gyogi and stuff, Gyomi, but like it's dangerous, and Siri wouldn't go with him. She always kind of ghosted him when he like implied we could go to the bog. And so he knows Aurora, his friend, likes going out there. So he invited her out to Gyomi's and hanging out in the bog, collecting weird stuff.
Nice. Sounds like a good time. I mean, nature is the obvious choice to me, but what do you think makes sense?
Oh, well, I already have expertise in nature.
Oh, well, dang. Survival is also an option, of course. Arcana is there as well. Medicine could be an adjacent skill as well, probably.
I'll do survival. I think that makes sense.
Cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, any good bog date involves some key survival roles.
Yeah.
Nice. Excellent. Wonderful.
In that bog for sure.
Right. Some notable things you would have seen in the Sedgemoor while spending lots of time there. There are these large creatures that you would quickly kind of learn to avoid, called groffs. They are moss-covered swamp dogs, for lack of a better word. They kind of behave like crocodiles, where they kind of float along in the water, waiting for prey to come close. And so, kind of at the onset of your summer break, when you start spending time there, or when you come back from your home and start spending time in the bog, you would have been instructed by some of the Witherbloom experienced folk to watch out for groffs, because they are a hazard, to be sure. We'll go to Helianthus next.
Yeah, so Helianthus stayed at school, but is feeling very, very homesick. And so she spends a lot of the time working on an art collection, focusing on plants. And so just like exploring different ways to capture plants in different mediums. Does a lot of like painting. Spends a lot of time outside.
Nice. Yeah, I guess you could. You probably already have proficiency with. Is there a painter's tools? I'm imagining there is.
There is. I have. Yeah.
So you could probably take expertise with that if you want to.
Yeah.
If there's another tool or a language that you think makes sense, then you can also take that.
Yeah, I think expertise in painting makes a lot of sense.
Cool. Alrighty. And last but certainly not least is Vega. What did Vega get up to?
So Vega goes back home to the cathedral where she starts off by taking her oaths because now is the time, but ends up causing a little bit of outrage among the leaders of the cathedral because she does not take the traditional oaths of the cathedral, the oaths to honesty, courage, compassion, honor, and duty. Instead, she gives an oath that pledges her blade, her body, and her bond to similar tenets, but twists them into something that suits her own agenda. She pledges to fight the greater evil, to show no mercy to those who are wicked. She pledges to do whatever is necessary, and also to give restitution to those who deserve it. And this sparks a series of old conversations, but a new version of them with the council that leads the cathedral. And so it's a rough break, but it's important. And Vega comes back actually feeling pretty energized because this is something she's been wanting to do for a long time and has been waiting, and the moment was finally right.
Nice. Boy, what skills would make sense? I mean, there's persuasion, of course. What do you think?
I think persuasion makes sense, possibly religion.
Oh yeah, totally, absolutely.
So I think I'll pick up religion.
Sure, makes sense. Awesome. Wow, what a summer break for Vega, causing upheaval in her entire home organization. Thankfully, you don't have to deal with that as much when you're on Strixhaven campus, as it is pretty far away, multiversally speaking. And yeah, so you guys get back to campus if you left. Otherwise, you've been here the whole time. But people are returning for summer break in this period that's just a week before classes begin. Of course, there's a typical flurry of people trying to choose their classes, get into extracurriculars and jobs for the upcoming year. And of course, people kind of meeting up again for drinks and food at the Bow's End and other hangout spots. Some of your friends who did leave for the summer would probably meet back up with you and get to share what they'd done. First up of them is Kidoris.
What's up?
Well, first of all, I'm so excited about LARPFest. I've been preparing for it all year, or all summer, sorry. Just all summer. I can't get it out of my head. I can't wait for it to happen. It's going to be so great. You guys have no idea. Rosie's been completely losing her mind with preparations. It's going to be incredible. I also studied a book from a really faraway place, and I'm thinking about trying to like put on a play, maybe. I mean, I'm not part of the Actors Guild, but I figure, maybe getting into some kind of like a real dangerous character would help me up my LARP game,
I would love to see you do that. And hey, I've seen you on stage. You're pretty good.
Yeah, thanks. That's really nice of you to say. You should read this book when I'm done. It's called The Fall of the Dragon Queen. It's got like a whole huge number of things in it. There's like some big epic fights. I mean, it can't be real. It's way too larger than life. But like it's kind of, the characters are believable.
All right.
We have Aurora also. My roll 20 is not behaving, but that's okay. We'll work through it. Aurora. Well, I should show this to you guys. just 1 second. Minor roll 20 difficulties. As has been mentioned before, Aurora spent much of the break kind of delving the Sedgemoor with Fergal. She's also been doing a lot of songwriting and soul searching in the Sedgemoor on her own. Her magic is now a lot more potent. She's learned a few things about essence magic that Valentine, the Dean of the Vein, one of the leaders of Witherbloom, told her personally were ahead of the curve for a second year. And she absolutely shares that with a straight face. Also back from break is Xanther Bowen, our friendly Fire Genasi fellow. The first thing you notice when you see Xanther again, I mean, besides his wide smile and his, like, him rushing towards you guys to, I guess, give Helianthus a big hug, is that he's somehow gotten even bigger. His hair is, like, brighter, his eyes glow more. You didn't think this guy could get any more, like, flamboyant, but somehow he did. Anyway, he runs up. Helianthus, oh my god, it's been like forever. I feel like we've been anyway, I'm so glad that you're back. So glad that we get to like resume our cheering. This is gonna be the best year ever. Maybe except for the next couple of years, but still, the best year to date, definitely.
Not a lot to do to top last year.
Well, yeah, but there's only one direction to go, and it's up, 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 up. Strixhaven rules. Also, I can't tell you. I've got a secret. I actually can't share it with you yet, but it's gonna be really cool when it happens. It's gonna be the best thing ever. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I've been training for this like all summer.
You have a secret?
Yeah, it's a really big secret. I'm really bad at keeping secrets.
But like, friends tell each other secrets.
Yeah, I know, but it's like it's more fun if I keep it a secret. You know? Is
it a secret or a surprise?
Oh, it's a surprise. Yeah, no, it's definitely a surprise.
Okay.
Anyway, you're gonna love it. I promise. It's gonna be so great, and you're not gonna have to wait that long. So don't worry about like the suspense or anything. Anyway, I gotta go. I got some other people to say hi to, but it's been great. Strixhaven rules. I can't wait to cheer with you again.
Okay, bye. Just like picturing him like running away before she even responds.
Absolutely.
I love him.
Like you hear him run away, and then like from somewhere not that far off on campus, you hear another like Strixhaven rules. And of course, this is a chorus of replies. Anyway, yeah, he's somehow bigger than he was. It's crazy. Anyway, fourth of the friends returning is Grosh, the troll friend who Siri does potions with. He does not say hi to anyone. He is in charge of monitoring your dorm. So when you return, he kind of just nods to you each in turn and maybe says something very stern, like, I look forward to a productive and respectful semester with each of you. I expect you each to adhere to even higher standards of behavior than when you were first years. We can forgive many of the small infractions you made as first years, but now we are second years, yes? It's a very serious time.
Was he here all summer?
I was about to ask, was he here?
He was, yeah.
Okay.
Infractions did we do? I forget. I thought we were good.
I feel like having poisonous plants in your dorm's probably against the rules.
Wait, doesn't know. Shh.
Why would we do that? We definitely would not do that ever.
Was it when we had like 18 people in our room to try to figure out dirt on the faculty?
Yes, that. There were noise complaints.
But,
Also,
like,
maximum
everyone...
occupancy is 8.
I mean, that's fair.
Should we just invite you next time?
Did we not invite him? That's so rude of us.
I wasn't there, so probably not.
There are no school rules demanding that you invite your RN. I would not demand such a thing. I would consider an invitation quite seriously, though, given that, deepening connections with fellow students is always a priority. So I would certainly consider.
Just for knowledge of the full set of the rules, are there rules against RNs fraternizing with their students?
He stares at you for a second, and like his cheeks get a tiny bit pink, just a tiny bit, a little tinge there. And he says, "There are, no, friends. You can be friends with your dorm. Yes, you can." Mm-hmm.
Okay, just to get a full sense of the rules and the intent behind them. You understand?
Right.
Helianthus just pops up and is like, what about more than friends?
I must be seeing to the other residents that are returning. It's been a pleasure to see all of you again, and behave yourself. And he hurries off down the hallway.
You can expect an invitation as Mac Talk.
That's what you meant to ask, right?
Maybe. And then Siri runs off too.
I need to come up with some kind of event.
The last person...
Maybe invite him to the LARPFest with you.
No. I'm not sure if that's his scene necessarily.
It wasn't Vega's either, but she's thriving.
That's true.
Vega blushes a bit.
For folks that didn't catch last episode, Vega has been crowned the Queen of the LARPers. It's official. Speaking of LARPers, there is one other person coming back from break who you may be excited to see again. It is Rosie, of course. The excitable, extremely speedy gnome woman. Like Xanther, she's changed a little bit over the summer break. She is somehow even faster. She's always had a certain speed to her, not just the speed of her talking, but also the speed of her movements. She always seems to move in accelerated time, far faster than gnomish feet should normally carry someone. But she's moving even faster now. You guess she'd added like 5 to 10 feet to her walking speed, perhaps, as she just zips around. Her speech is now only intelligible because you know her so well. And you hear her have to force herself really hard to slow down with anybody who isn't a close friend of hers. You do catch from her somehow that the upcoming LARPFest is something she's prepared for. She's got a new costume. It's completely tricked out. It's going to be amazing. The magic that she's managed to cast on it is out of this world. And it has lassos built into it.
I mean, I was pretty excited about my costume, but I am so excited to see you.
Yeah, no, likewise. And, you know, your costume's great, but I had to work on monsters, and monsters are really hard to do, and they're really complicated, but I got to be really creative with it, and I've done something that I think is going to really blow everybody's minds, and I'm totally going to wreck everybody. But, I mean, not like in a mean way, just in like I'm going to win way.
Is it a real monster or one you made up? I'm trying to think of a monster that has lassos.
Oh, it's very, very real. But, I mean, it doesn't have lassos in real life. I had to do lassos instead of, because the thing it normally does is kind of, well, you couldn't do it in LARP.
Oh.
Were we supposed to magic our costumes? No one told me we were supposed to magic our costumes.
I mean, only if you have
You
a
have a
magic costume.
costume?
Aren't we supposed to? I read this whole thing about this and that we were supposed to have costumes.
If you don't have a costume, the club has plenty of extra ones or loaners, so we can get you a costume if you want one. And honestly, I just stole one of Egan's robes.
I thought it smelled a bit funny.
It does, doesn't it?
Well, that is all of the returning folks. So we can get this show on the road. LARPFest is officially in the middle of that week right before classes. You'll have had time to choose your classes. We'll get into that a little bit later. You haven't quite officially chosen your colleges yet, but you get to like set up your wish list for classes before the semester starts. Anyway, the point is, LARPFest is upon us. The LARP Guild has managed to reserve the Arrow Joust Field, which is the practice field for Mage Tower games. It's a pretty complex setup. It's like an oval field with some high like skyways, some paths that go up into the air and then back down again. You can run along. There are some obstacles as well, but the main thing is it's a big open field. And you've been told by the LARPing Guild that many folks who aren't normally part of the guild have elected to try out LARPing for this event. So you're expecting many new friendly faces. And yeah, does anybody have any preparation that you do for LARPFest, or should we just dive in?
Oh, well, Fergal on the sly is going to try to, he has a plan. He's going to try to if she's not totally overwhelmed, talk to Rosie about helping with his costume, because she's like the monster gal. So, and his character idea is a little monstrous.
Right. Yeah, she can stitch some pieces together for you in no time at all.
That's exactly what he needs, is stitching.
Definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Anybody else got costume work to do?
I just go pick some flowers and make a flower crown.
That works.
At some point after everybody gets back, someone walks into the like common area in our dorm, and Siri like quick shoves a book under a pillow or something, and it turns out it's like How to LARP for Dummies. And in the week leading up, like she just kind of keeps bothering Vega, just like, okay, but like if this one really specific thing happens, like what's the rule for that? And like I think I understand this, but like what if this thing, like she's just very concerned about getting it right.
Oh, absolutely. Let's you know what, me, you, let's go get coffee, let's go get dinner, let's make a night of talking strategy.
Okay, yeah, no, because I just, I don't want to look like I don't know what I'm doing, because I want to know what I'm doing. So and then the day of the LARP, she shows up in this like black leather, clearly commissioned somebody to make it, hooded cape, like really intense, like Aragorn in the corner of the tavern kind of outfit.
Maximum brooding.
Exactly.
Helianthus just looks like your standard Ren Fair girl with a giant flower crown.
Stella thought that she'd be watching like a play, so she kind of shows up wearing her normal clothes with like more kettle corn. She's not sick of it yet, and she's like, "So where's the stage? Where do we sit?"
There are stands to watch, and there are a few folks sitting in the stands.
Cool. But as she's like trying to waddle over to actually, who's in the stands? Is there anyone we know in the stands?
There is nobody you know in the stands. Bunch of first years actually.
Oh no. Okay. Well, yeah, then she's gonna like begrudgingly put down her corn, watch all her friends like on the field, like, okay, I guess I'll put on some of this like sweaty gym clothes that other people have left behind.
I mean, they magically clean these things after every use. It's not difficult.
Oh, so she literally went to a pile of actual gym clothes and not the costumes.
There you go. So it sounds like Stella's outfit for the LARPFest is gym clothes. Which works as a character.
I am a peasant. I am a potato farmer.
Hey.
All right, well, we will go to Aerojaunt Field then and get LARPFest underway. It's a big map. You're gonna have to zoom out a little bit probably to see most of it. There are close to a dozen participants out on the field. The stands, as I mentioned, are lined with first years. That is folks you've never seen on campus because this is probably their first event on campus ever. They are young, bright-eyed, and bushy-tailed. They remind you of you a year ago, which is to say, like, they're freshmen, and your character's attitude towards them depends on your character. But they certainly are new and looking at everything with wide eyes, taking it all in. On the field are a number of folks you do know. Aurora and Cadoris, who both, of course, showed up. Aurora is in a very, very elegant, like, spider web black gown type deal with a very high collar that goes up on all sides. There is silver trim on it, little pieces of jewelry hanging from it. She looks very ornate and very much in the part of some sort of a, powerful, evil, villainous mage of some kind. Cadoris is wearing a hood. He has leathers and a bow strapped to his back that is far more ornate than any utilitarian bow has any business of being. The hood is pulled over his face, casts a shadow over the top of his eyes and nose, so you can only see the bottom part of his face normally. Of course, he pulls it back and runs over to greet you as you arrive. And then there's another, now second year, over here you haven't interacted with much. I think you might have met her one time. But she is a dwarven woman. She is built. She has muscles on muscles. She looks like she could move a truck without much effort. A boulder, a massive boulder, a rock, you could say, but like of the bird kind. Anyway, and she's over there wearing this ridiculous suit of plate mail. Looks like it costs maybe twice as much as actual plate armor. Because it is just these huge pieces of metal that nobody would ever try to wade into battle wearing. They probably weigh, hundreds of pounds. But she moves just fine in them. And then around you are a few other folks, some second years, that you don't recognize, perhaps. So I think you've met Tulk, the orc fellow. He works as the bouncer at the Bozen Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
He helped you during that cabbage blight incident. But in any case, Rosie will address the crowd without much delay. She says, welcome to LARPFest. This is going to be the best LARPFest ever because it's the first LARPFest. But that doesn't matter. It's going to be the best one ever, probably. And here are the rules. The rules are, me and somebody else are going to dress up as monsters. We're going to try to beat you up, and you're going to try to beat us up. Here are the rules of the game. We all roll something called initiative, where we decide who gets to go first in what order. Then we get to, on each of our turns, use our stat sheets, and she hands out these little paper sheets. To make attacks or cast spells or use other abilities. And using that, we get to reduce our hit points. And if your hit points go to 0, you can't act anymore, but somebody else can heal you and bring you back. And if the monster loses, then you all win. And if you all get reduced to 0 hit points, then the monster wins. That's simple enough, right?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can we actually die today? Or get really hurt? I don't want to get really hurt.
Well, no, I mean... Yeah, maybe I haven't explained the concept. LARPing is where you pretend to hurt people, but you don't actually hurt anyone. Actually hurting someone would be a gross violation of the rules. That would be really bad. Don't do that.
Why are they called hit points and not health or something?
I don't know. They're the rules.
It's you lose them when you get hit?
That makes sense, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
What do I do with the sheets? My character is illiterate. They don't know what to do with this.
Well, but your character doesn't have to be literate for you to read the sheet and play the character, because the sheet says what your character does. Your character doesn't have to read it. It doesn't exist for your character. Your character is an imaginary person who doesn't have any of your stuff. They're like a warrior or a mage or an archer or something. Somebody who fights for a living,
I'm defending my farm.
Right, that's a great character concept.
What if I want to side with the monsters or something because it's what my character would do?
I can't wait to see Rosie deal with that, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Rosie kind of laughs long and hard. I don't need the help, but thanks.
So do we all just stand here and wait for it to be our turn?
Well, actually, do you guys want to go first? Because, Vega kind of knows what she's doing, and I figure maybe you'd better to give everybody else a demo.
Yeah, let's start.
Great, I'll just go get dressed. And Rosie, zooms off at a truly prodigious rate to a nearby building to get changed.
And Vega will kind of shout out, looking over towards Kadoris. Are you announcing the scenario to the group, or who's doing that?
Oh, yeah. He pulls back his hood again. He keeps on putting it back on and taking it off. Right. So the scenario that is coming up is that a group of anti-heroes. He looks at Vega. Yes, a group of anti-heroes and their monstrous helper are traveling across country when they encounter a terrible dragon-like monster that seeks to consume them all and reduce them to dust. Only through incredible heroism and battle prowess can these anti-heroes survive the encounter and continue on their dastardly journey to means and ends unknown.
Why are we anti-heroes?
It's just the part that you're playing. It doesn't mean you're actually a bad person. It has more to do with Vega's character and also Fergal's character. Right? Yeah.
You could yourself be a hero.
Is Fergal in costume now?
Oh yeah, he rushed over. It's like, oh yeah, I have to do that too. Oh cool. Yeah. So where Fergal comes from, there are people called stitchers who stitch together body parts to make huge, horrible monsters. So he has like an extra arm that is being controlled by his mage hand spell, which is actually like a little creature in there, like moving around. And likewise, there's an extra head that can't really move extra, but yeah. So it's like a horrible zombified flesh golem thing that's an amalgam of extra parts and heads and arms and things.
That's really scary.
Yeah, lots of horrified exclamations as you emerge from the dressing rooms.
Good. That's the point.
You're all handed a list of options for your class. Your options are Mage, Warrior, Archer, and Guardian, which is a support class, supposedly, that combines elements of traditional divine casters and also bardic performers. So as you guys get your character sheets together and maybe put your ensembles on, if your ensemble and outfit take a while, you see Rosie, well, you don't see Rosie at all, actually. Emerging from the dressing room is a huge monster. It is a massive blue worm-like looking thing. Wait, no, I lied. Oh yeah, no, that's the right one. I'm sorry. Yes, massive blue monster thing. Where is it? There it is.
You like worm or like worm with a Y worm?
Like that.
Oh. Oh.
It roars extremely convincingly, which is perhaps a little bit worrying, and launches forward with no warning at all. Its jaws and teeth crackling with very real-looking lightning. Let's roll initiative. The LARPFest has begun.
Wait, am I only supposed to have 9 hit points?
Yes.
we are our characters, not our.
Great question.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the there are character sheets. I see.
Yeah, these are quite the
Ah.
stat blocks.
Wow.
Oh, character sheet. There we go.
Wait, what is so my token says I have 12, but my stat says I have 10 hit points.
It should have 12.
It should have 12. Okay.
Got an 11.
Nice.
I got a 4 with a +3. Wait. Oh wait, that's on saves. Never mind. No, yeah, that was with the I rolled a 1. Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right. Asra's initiative was
11.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
And as Rosie comes out, Vega, kind of recognizing that the scene has started, kind of in this moment, she kind of stays put, but will kind of raise her voice and talk to the combatants on the field, but also will extend her voice such that everyone who is in the stands can hear, and is just slowly unzipping the front of this kind of really large, heavy cloak that is like deep and black. It's the one that we saw her in earlier, or before the break even. You are a vile creature, one that has chosen to try and seize the dusk from us. We have seen the sun rise today, and by my word and by all of our deeds, we will see it set tonight. But you will not. And then the cloak falls away, and we see that she's wearing a second cloak underneath that is blue and gold, and it kind of looks like the warm colors of a dark dusk. And it is very clearly something we have seen Egan wear. this was stolen.
Awesome. Fantastic. Wonderful. All right. Well, to start us off, as this massive monster launches forward, and Asra now introduces the fight. Siri, you are first to act.
Okay. I'm going to make 2 attacks or 3 attacks with its dual wield. Okay, I'm gonna make dual wield attacks. And Siri kind of like has. Are we just using boffer? Is that like they just gave us boffer weapons?
Oh yes, they are very much boffer weapons.
Okay. So she got a like a flail that she kind of knows how to use and kind of doesn't. But she comes forward and does her 3. Well, no, it's a dual wield. So she has a flail in one hand and we'll say a dagger in the other. And she comes forward and she's trying to do these attacks, but like also trying to look like aloof and mysterious. And what that turns into is she's not like actually looking. She's just like trying to look away as she's trying to hit Rosie. Okay. That's a dirty 20 on the first one.
That certainly hits.
For 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the costume of the Behir releases a squeaking sound upon being hit.
That's a 14 on the second.
That will miss.
Okay.
The squidgy hide of the Behir bounces off the blow.
And then the third one's even lower. That's like a 10.
All right. Well, you managed to land 1 out of 3 hits with your 2. Did you say buffer flails? Are you dual wielding flails?
One's a flail and one's a dagger.
Oh, cool, great. Yeah, I mean, certainly one of those hits landed with a good solid squeak. Although you are smelling ozone, very much smelling ozone, and feeling this like energy in the air from this monster in front of you. Stella, you're next.
Can I, at the end of my turn, real quick, can I make a dex check to try to like dramatically swirl my cape?
Of course, absolutely. 2. Okay, you probably get twisted up and tangled in your cape, maybe even fall over.
I like try to do like a dramatic Dracula flail and it gets like caught on my foot and I'm like trying to get it off.
Excellent, wonderful. Stella, Siri is up there right in front of this monstrous beast. What do you want to do?
Oh, it's my turn. Stella stands in the middle of the field, kind of just taking in like this monstrous sight. She's like, "What is my motivation? You decimated my hometown and ruined my crops, so you will never eat another potato again. I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will strike you so you cannot chew any longer." And she will boop it in the mouth. Multi-attack. Okay. Is it booped with an 11 and 12?
No, those kind of bounce off of it with kind of sad little bumpy noises.
Oh no. I won't be your next snack. Gonna like look pathetic.
All right. Yeah, for sure. Azra is next. Sarah, I think you might be muted.
Taking, finally kind of taking a few steps forward, fully shedding and leaving behind that dark cloak. So now they're just wearing what they stole from Egan with those 2 total surprise short swords on their hips that no one would guess, because she usually just has one very big sword. And will once again kind of pitch her voice up and speak so that everyone can hear. "We are here to prevent you from wreaking desolation. We are here to stop you in your tracks." And then using kind of Mage Hand to add Flourish, we'll see kind of a dark blue point of light shoot towards Andrea, and then another, or towards Helianthus, and then another dark point of light shoot towards Fergal. And what she is doing is using Inspiring Presence to give both of them a d6 that they can add to their next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. After you see, it works like Bardic Inspiration, so you can roll first and then add the d6 if you want to. And then Vega just shouts out, "You have met your match." And she is done.
Nice. After that, the monstrous form in front of you, the Behir, I think someone called it, will kind of rear back, let loose a screech that does threaten to pierce your eardrums. It is extremely loud for a fake monster. And it will lunge forward with a biting attack against Siri, who bonked it. A 16 to hit?
Just hits, yeah.
All right. The jaws kind of clamp down. You feel a gentle pressure and a light just tingle of lightning. And you receive 5 points of damage. Your hit points are reduced by 5 as the jaws clamp down on you.
Siri just goes, "Ow! I mean, I have been hit by the beast," and like kind of looks over at Vega like,
After that, so it does like bites down and retracts its maw, and then you will see its mouth kind of be in the crackle with lightning. Those very real looking lightning arcs intensifying, and it will blast out a line of lightning that washes over Stella, Helianthus, and Azra. We need dexterity saves from the 3 of you.
I rolled a 1. This guy is going to jail.
All right, we are looking for a 15 or higher to convincingly dodge out of the way. As the lightning arcs out, 7 points. So if you got below 15, you take 7 points of lightning damage as you feel a light tingle as this illusory lightning blasts through your character. If you succeeded, you only take half of that, which would be 3 points. And then it is Fergal or Scabgill's turn.
Okay. I yell out, "Rotma, kill you!" And move over and whisper to Helianthus and Vega, "My character's name is Rotma." And then I'll move up to like here and start like pummeling it with meaty fists. Fist 1 and fist 2. Let's see. The second one, I'm gonna add a d6 too, because I can do that because I was given it and I still missed. But the first one's good, maybe.
Yeah.
16.
Totally.
All right. For 3 points of physical damage.
Nice solid bonk. You hear a satisfying squeak off of the very real imaginary Behir. Anything else for Scabgill?
Nah, that's it.
All right, Helianthus, you've been lightninged. Your character is close to death.
This is fine. I'm gonna go away. Just go over here. Can I like go here, or is that a ramp?
You can like hop onto the ramp. It does lead upwards into the.
That's
the
fine. That's fine. I'm gonna go over there, and then I have a bow that has flowers on it because of course it does, and I am going to attempt to make a called shot on the monster. Yeah, I know how this works. That's a, what do I add to this? A 15?
That just barely hits. Your buffer arrow strikes home. Where were you calling it?
What?
Well, what effect were you calling for, and also where did you hit it?
I am going to give it extra damage because it really hurt me.
For sure.
Oh, these are all weird dice. We're just this one, that much.
7 points of damage. You guys hear a very, very loud squeaking report as the boffer arrow strikes home, perhaps right between its eyes and its forehead. You see the Behir kind of rear back after that loud squeak. It looks like you can see that the Behir costume is torn where that arrow bonked it. Will definitely need repairs.
Look, I hit it! That's it. That's all I got.
Nice shot.
Oh, you can make 2 attacks if you want to.
Wait, I can shoot twice?
Yeah, you have multi-attack.
I just thought I could shoot once. Okay. That's a natural 20.
Okay, all right.
So that's what, 2d3. So 3 plus 2 is 5.
Nice.
What is the bonus damage?
It's just +2. The bonus damage is,
Oh.
is for called shots or the other thing.
Got it. Yeah, so 5.
All right, that second arrow strikes the same exact place the first one did, and you see a large kind of tear opening up in the head of the Behir costume. From inside the head, you see a fiery glow.
Why is it glowing? Why is it glowing?
Yeah, who knows? Top of the order is Siri.
I am going to look. I'm slightly encouraged by Vega's nodding at my dramatic taking of damage. I'm going to use my battle cry, and just then make 1 weapon attack bonus. Okay, so I'm gonna let out a "Ah!" and then take my flail and just try to smack the Behir. As I do that, everyone within 30 feet of me? They are, right? Yeah.
Yeah, looks like.
Okay, everybody gets advantage on your next attack roll. And then I get to do 1 weapon attack. Which is a 23.
That certainly hits.
For 4 points of damage.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh wait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, that's one. It's 1d2. Well, I rolled a 2 with a d4. I don't have a d2 with me.
That would be a 1 nominal.
So it would be a 1. So 3 points of damage
Okay,
then.
okay.
I didn't realize because d2s are not a thing.
The Behir.
Yes, they are. I have 2 right here.
The Behir again squeaks somewhat loudly, and it kind of reels in a very exaggerated gesture from your blow. After that would be Stella.
Stella looks very alarmed at how wounded Helianthus is. You've already taken so many of my loved ones. You will hurt them no longer. Slice. With advantage, right? For the first
one has advantage. Yeah, so that's a hit.
First one has advantage, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Helianthus gets healed for 1d4 plus 2 or 5 points, and the squishy stick boops it for 3 damage.
Okay, so a light bonk, but you're able to restore hit points to Helianthus as part of that strike. Yeah, I mean, the Behir again squeaks. It's reeling. It looks like it is lolling to one side. The head's kind of off center. And from inside, you hear a very muffled, "This is amazing." Anything else for Stella?
I stay here.
Okay, Azra's next.
Azra saunters forward, emboldened by her friends, the presence of Rotma and the presence of Stella and Siri. And now they go to pull out one of those short swords. That's, of course, ringed in fantasy foam, or, however a fantasy boffer works. And we'll begin to, with one hand, they kind of extend it towards the heavens, and we see that same kind of glowing hand, and this time it descends on Stella. "Fight for your farm. do what you can because you must. And we'll use Inspiring Presence this time on Stella. And then at the same time, she twirls the short sword in her hand with a tremendous amount of flourish. And then we'll go to stab at the Bahir with an ego strike. This is at advantage, so 19 hits.
That hits, yeah.
I need a DC 13 wisdom check.
Oh no. The Bahir fails the wisdom save.
Which means that the Bahir's next attack is at disadvantage. And that will do a total of 6 points of damage.
Nice. Yeah, the Bahir kind of slumps sideways and begins to crawl back upwards. You hear a muffled voice from inside go, "Oh no, my ego! Ah!" Anything else for Asra?
And that's it.
Okay. On the Bahir's turn, you see its maw open wide, but does not light up with lightning. A muffled, "Darn it!" And then the Bahir will lunge toward, I guess, Stella. And it screams, but from inside it says, "Those potatoes were delicious, now eat the rest of them!" Oh no! Its jaws clamp down on Stella's wing and gently put a little bit of pressure there, and you feel a light tingle. Your character takes 5 points of damage, 3 piercing and 2 lightning.
That's exactly how much HP I have. So Stella crumples to the ground and says, "Avenge my potatoes, comrades!"
Alright. The Bahir screeches in triumph as it considers its next victim. From inside, you hear a "yeah!" And then it will lash out, its tail kind of looping around Siri with a constricting attack. But Siri will manage to leap out of the way, avoiding the squeaky grasp of the Bahir. After that is Scabco.
And potatoes. And I realized I should have had 3 attacks last time because I have 3 fists. But also because I have multi-attack and unduly elevated. So that's what I'm doing. So first one's with advantage is an 8. That's not very good. Second one, that's why I have more, is a 15.
That does hit.
For 3 punching damage. And the last one, third fist, is a 21. For 4.
All
That's
right,
a good fist.
How do
I
you
should've used it
slay
last
the
time.
Bahir?
Oh, just like, well, okay. For flavor, because it turned around to whip at Siri, it turned its face towards Rotma, and he just like punches it in either eye.
Nice. Yeah, the face is already taking a big pummeling. You see stuffing kind of coming out the top again, that fiery glow from inside, with actual heat coming out. And you're able to just pummel the head, which kind of deflates, and the rest of it also kind of deflates. The whole costume kind of sagging to the ground. All the lightning and other kind of illusory effects fade away, until the only thing you see in the Bahir is this like lump in the middle that is like struggling to get out. And again, muffled voices like, "Oh, that was so cool! You're the best, Fergal! Also, how do I get out of this thing?"
Fergal's gonna go down, like he's gonna like tear it apart, and he just like grabs the jaws and opens them wide, like and like, "You can crawl out here."
You hear like Kadoris from the sidelines going, "No, wait, no, yeah." Well, anyway, look at our heroes. They're victorious. A round of applause for our great heroes. And the stands all erupt in applause and cheers. And Xanther does, in fact, step out from the Bahir's maw, thanks to your help. He will kind of grasp you by the hand and say, "Wow, that was so great, Fergal. That was amazing. You really look like a zombie. That costume is really cool. You guys were all amazing. Oh my god, that was like the coolest thing ever. Can we go again?"
Was this the secret?
Yeah, this was the secret. Was it great? Did you enjoy it? Was it a good time?
It was a very good secret.
Right? I wish I could have told you, but then again, like, you didn't know it was me in there. You thought it was Rosie, probably.
Yeah, where is Rosie?
Oh, she's got an even cooler costume. Don't worry.
Anther, So can you really make like lightning shoot out of places?
Oh no, that was all in
Is
the
that
costume.
you?
It's Rosie's costume. It's really cool. It's got
Oh.
all these like buttons inside, and you push them, and then things happen. It's crazy.
Oh, cool.
It's more like magic than cloth, honestly. The way it works, it's the coolest thing ever.
She's a genius, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, Kadoris runs over and says, "Wow, you guys did amazing!" And you asked for, you really tactically helped your team out a lot. I saw you like doing those strategic moves. That was incredible. Really like a masterclass in LARPing. Was that like a real like combat trick, or is that just like LARP rules?
You're the one who, you spent a lot of time helping me understand how LARP combat was different from real combat. So I appreciate that, because it maybe took longer than it should have, but there are some things about real combat that do apply to this. It was so much fun though. Did it look cool?
Oh, it was so cool. Oh my god, your speech, I lost it. It was incredible. I mean,
All right. I can't wait to see you next.
well, actually, it's still you guys if you want. I mean, Rosie hasn't had a turn yet.
Oh. Do I get another character or do I stay dead? How does this work?
He steps over. Stella's still on the ground.
Yeah, she hasn't gone up yet.
It's like moaning.
Do I have to be dead still?
He steps over and hands you like a decanter full of juice and says, "Yeah, no, just drink this."
Oh, juice. Thanks. Good.
It's magic aid.
And Stella's healed by a potion of healing.
Whoa. For a moment there, I saw my dead wife once again. Oh, it was so brief.
Siri picks up the vial and like kind of sniffs it and then just looks really disappointed.
All right. Well, Xanther will like bundle up the Bahir costume and like scoot it back into the dressing room. And then say, so Rosie told me that whenever you guys are ready, you can just like shout out her name, and you guys can set up however you want.
What
Okay.
about the other players? Are they taking part in this one?
Oh yeah, they'll take turns after you guys are done, but you're supposed to show them the ropes.
Oh, all right.
Well, I'm gonna go up there. That seemed good.
Like that.
But like
What else?
narratively, this monster is dead. Why is there another one?
Oh, right. I have a
There's
line.
usually a second monster.
Kadoris turns around and says, "Having defeated the foul dragon monster, our heroes continue, only to be confronted by its foul undead master on their way to their objective. Yes, will they best the terrifying monster with its long, piercing claws and shadowy visage, or will they be bested and lie in shallow graves for all eternity?"
Are these like little like land bridge things?
They are, yeah. So it's like 10 feet high at the top of the arch.
Okay, I'm gonna go skulk underneath one.
Ah, cool.
Stand here.
We'll give you a little ninja icon for skulking.
Yeah.
Actually, Stella's gonna stand near Rotjaw to admire the costume. So well done.
All right. So you guys are cool in that arrangement? All right. Somebody gonna say the thing?
Rosie! I guess we're ready or something.
All right. As Helianthus shouts out Rosie, the entire arena darkens. The sky above you going dark, clouds rolling in, and the crack of thunder being clearly audible, that you see no flash of lightning. This kind of thick black mist rolls in from surroundings until you can barely see the stands just away from you. In the mist, high up on the highest aerial pass, you guys all see a pair of red glowing eyes appear out of the mist, followed by a tall humanoid form.
Oh no!
Materializing out of the darkness is a horrifying, vaguely humanoid-looking shape that is far too tall to be any humanoid you're familiar with. Its arms are a full 8 feet long with massive stabby claws at the ends, long lances of bone that could pierce through any number of people, probably. Its lower body is wreathed in shadows, and its mouth is this horrifying mask of skull and exposed muscle in its jaw. It cackles in a very, very deep voice and says, "You foolish heroes! You have come here to perish by my claws! Prepare to be ripped asunder!"
No, thank you.
And,
You perish by my maws.
let's all roll initiative again.
It's up 20 feet on this thing
It
right
is
now.
up 20 feet, yes.
It's right next to me.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh, that's not good.
Big strong 4.
Alrighty. First up is Helianthus. The creature has materialized just 10 feet away from you, and you're pretty sure those long arms could reach you from where you're standing right now. What do you want to do?
I don't like it. Okay, I'm gonna try and shoot it with a called shot.
Nice.
Okay, I can do it. We got this. That didn't roll the thing. Hold on. Oh god. Oh, here, this one. No, I miss. I'm pretty sure.
Right, that arrow goes wide, but you do get a second attack if you want.
I think a 12 probably also misses.
Unfortunate. Yes, your 2 arrows go wide. The creature kind of turning into shadow and moving quickly to avoid those arrows. Anything else?
I really want to run away.
Valid.
Yeah, we're gonna try and run away. This is not where Helianthus wants to be. Question?
Mm-hmm.
I know we're LARPing, but if I'm really, really scared, would my birthmark still spark into life?
Sure.
Because I'm really scared. This thing is very scary, and I feel like that would happen.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
my birthmark kind of glows a little bit as I'm like cowering in terror, and as I move away, the creature doesn't seem to be able to try and get me. That's how Expeditious Retreat works, right?
Expedition Retreat lets you dash as a bonus action.
I don't know how these things work, but I'm gonna just run as far away as I can, regardless. I'm gonna try.
As you try to escape, you will get to here, and then its long, piercing claw will reach out towards you, stabbing at your costume.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, it has an 18 to hit. So the long, sharp-looking claw kind of strikes you, and you're expecting to feel a sharp pain, but instead you feel like a large bump on your back, kind of like an impact, and a loud squeak. And then a lasso, a rope loop, kind of reaches over you and grabs onto you, and you are currently grappled by the bone claw. You also take 7 points of piercing and necrotic
Okay, well, I'm
damage.
out.
Oh.
All right.
So it's lassoing a dramatically limp body.
All right. The bone claw cackles and says, "Yes, your doom is here. This is your grave." And from within the bone claw, you hear a very high-pitched cackling sound. On its turn, it will, I guess, reel Helianthus in. The arm moves, and you guys, you just see this rope coming out from one of the fingers. It's like the illusion has a rope coming out of it. Reels Helianthus in towards it. It will then leap off this this path down to the nearest one below it to land next to Azra. and it turns those red glowing eyes bearing down on Azra, and it will reach out with its other clawed hand. A 20 to hit?
Yeah, that does it.
It is 8 points of piercing and necrotic. As the claw strikes at you with what looks like a piercing motion, but you feel like a boof.
And we hear Azra make this kind of dramatic, over the top, like, ah, like this scream out for the crowd, and just shouts, "You may have gotten me, but we will get you worse."
All right. The bone claw, kind of with its two hands, lifts Azra and Helianthus up a little bit. It is very, very soft rope. We'll say it's gentle enough. It doesn't hurt. It's maybe a little bit uncomfortable. It doesn't hurt. And like gestures at the rest of the assembled heroes and says, "Behold the fate that awaits you at the hands of the mighty and terrible Scaraxus." And Scabgall, you're up next.
Okay. I'm going
So
to.
Vega's not down.
Oh.
She's hurt real bad. It's bad. Like, she makes a show of staggering and like holding the spot where the bone claw hit, but she still has 2 hit points.
Oh, well, he tries to like to boof you again. And misses. Nice. So yeah, you are able to like stay, I guess, up. Your hit points need to be increased to 10. And yeah, you are just twisting and turning in that lasso, but you are still very much awake. Okay, Siri is next. Or sorry, Scabgall. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna climb up onto this one. Move. Wait, no, move. There we go. To about here. Yeah, then everyone's within range. I snuck the magic horn under my costume. So I yell into it, "Crush Bone Face!" And then everyone gets to roll advantage on their next attack roll.
Nice.
And I guess I could make a bonus action attack. Oh, I could throw. I have a throw attack. I pull off one of the heads that's stitched to me and I throw it at the creature. And do I think I have advantage on this too. Thank you. I think I have advantage on this too. Let me double check.
Yes, you are within 30 feet of you and can hear it.
Then I have a 21, and I will do 4 physical damage.
Nice. As the head sails towards the bone claw and maybe like bonks it in the face, you see this like this barrier appear where it hit.
Oh.
And the bone claw completely ignores the head. The head kind of bounces off. It was a square hit right in the noggin, but kind of bounces off just shy of actually striking the bone claw. And
That's
the monster
cheating.
laughs. Fool!
Oh.
It's this point I should probably mention that all of your costumes have in them a decanter of juice or a LARPing potion of healing. Siri's up next.
Okay, is there clearance underneath this 20-foot walkway, or is it solid?
No, there is, yeah. So they just go up into the air. There's nothing supporting them.
Okay. Can I... If I'm, like, over here, can I reach Helianthus, or is she, like, up on a thing?
She's currently, like, 15 feet in the air, so probably not from down there.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to chuck a dagger at the bone claw and run over here.
Mm-hmm.
20, 25. Run over here, but like on the bottom level.
Right. Oh, and for mechanical coding purposes, it does seem like the bone claw had to react when it deflected your head, Virgil.
16 plus 22.
That hits.
Okay, and I found a D2, also known as a coin. That's 4 physical damage.
Nice. Yeah, strikes the bone claw. You hear a loud kind of squeaking sound. The bone claw goes, "Rah!" Anything else?
Then I look down at the fact that I no longer have a dagger and just go, damn it. And that's it.
All right, Azra's next.
So she's in a pretty precarious situation right now. Is she able to hit with melee attacks currently?
Yeah, you're like lassoed around the torso, so your arms are free to move.
Perfect. So this time the one blade was pulled out, but now the second one is drawn, and Azra will go to try and strike with first one and then the other. And once again, she continues to use Mage Hand to manifest kind of different sized hands that glow with different colors, just to make the blades have a little bit more flourish as doing various things.
Nice.
And so first she'll hit with she's attempting a restorative strike. So does a 19 hit?
It does.
That will do 3 physical damage.
All right.
4 healing damage? I have no idea what that means.
Oh, if you read the text, I think it will say that you can heal a creature within 60 feet of that you can see or something.
So that's a separate thing. So first it's 4 healing damage, and then when the Guardian hits with this attack, you can restore 2 points to a creature you can see. So I don't know what healing damage is.
Same thing. It's auto-rolling the amount of healing for you.
Oh, beautiful. And so at that, so the first, the blade kind of whips through, and then she points it down at Helianthus, and will kind of draw that kind of ichor and then healing, or ichor out of the beast, and then pour healing in to Helianthus. Rise. And then she'll hit with another restorative strike. But it will not hit. She'll miss with a restorative strike.
Healing damage is how edgelords heal.
It is known. Nice. I mean, the bone claw is furious. You hear like angry sounds coming from its jaw. And I guess it's Stella's turn? Yeah.
Alrighty. Gonna rush up to the front. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, right here. And perform a restorative strike with advantage on this big spiky boy. Ooh,
That hits,
20 to
definitely.
hit. Damage. Cool. 4 physical plus 3 healing. Is that 3 healing the one I can give to my friends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool. She's gonna slice open a potato and put it on like a poultice on your wounds. To Vega, because you're really hurt.
Which works, because it's LARPing. The potato
Yeah.
literally heals you in LARP.
Ignore the bits that are growing roots. It's still good. It's still good, actually.
Bless you in the stars.
Wait, I can do that twice.
You can, yeah.
Oh, 17.
That also hits.
Oh, same numbers. Wait, inverse. 3 physical, 4 healing. I'll give the other potato to Helianthus. Here, apply pressure straight into the hurt part, the most hurt part.
It all hurts.
Oh,
Overactive.
Everything is pain.
living is pain.
Sorry. Nice. Potatoes have been applied, and the bone claw looks wounded. You see stuffing coming out. It's been squeaking non-stop as you guys have been beating on its rib cage, we'll say. And it is very, very upset. Helianthus, you are awake in its grasp. What do you want to do?
I would like to hit it. Please. Please put me down.
That hits.
Does an 18 hit it?
Mm-hmm.
It's for 5.
Right. 5 damage. Another loud squeak.
I'm smacking the lasso to try and, get it to let me go.
Mm-hmm.
Put me down. And then a 22
Also hits.
for 3.
All right. The bone claw looks like it is on its last legs. You hear from the stands a loud shout, "Go Helianthus, kick its butt!" And yeah, everything's looking great. The bone claw on its turn says, "I'm not through yet, you foolish heroes. Take this!" And it explodes in a blast of shadow. I need Stella, Helianthus, and Vega to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh.
If I don't have a plus, I just roll the d20. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
18.
I rolled another 1.
Okay. So what it does is, as the shadows explode out of it, I guess Vega and Stella both feel a brief chill, but nothing worse. Helianthus, you take 1d4 necrotic damage, 2, and you are teleported along with it.
Where's I
over to here.
Oh.
This is very rude.
Ezra, it's noted. As the bone claw leaves, the lasso will pull you to the ledge and then drop you. So you are on the platform there. Bone claw now cackles and says, "Fools! I have your friend. If you don't want to see them die before your eyes, you will surrender."
Please surrender. I don't want to die.
Stab girl's turn.
Okay. No meaning of word. I'll move down this way. I can't get to him because he's so far away. But I will throw more severed heads at him. He's at long range, so I'll have disadvantage. But I'm going to do it anyway. That is a 15.
That hits.
All right. Take 4 physical damage.
All right. I mean, that head bonks it with a loud squeak from both the bone claw and the head as it bounces off. The bone claw reels and says, "Ah, how dare you!"
I dare. Oh, and a 19. Who cares about disadvantage? For 4 more physical damage.
That one, another barrier will pop up and reduce it by 2, but the head breaks through the barrier, and how does it end the bone claw?
So it's going to like smash the arm that's holding Helianthus, so she will go free and just like send it sort of twirling down.
Nice. Yeah, the bone claw shouts, "No!" And these shadows all kind of explode upwards and out of it into the sky. Rapidly afterwards, the sky clears back to the bright and sunny, beautiful day it was. The bone claw costume is on the ground, completely deflated, and Rosie is standing on top of it, beaming widely. She says, "Wow, that was so good. You guys are really amazing as a team. You probably like have fought together before, right? Like you can't be new to this. This can't be your first time LARPing. It's crazy."
I mean, we've fought together before, but not like LARPing. There were like evil cabbages and stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah, I heard about the cabbages. That was crazy. But anyway, it really shows you guys really worked well together, and that was amazing. That was really great. I've got to repair these costumes really fast because other people want to fight the monsters. But we'll talk afterwards. I really want to hear like what you guys thought of the stat blocks and the monsters and everything. I really want to hear everything about it. But anyway, bye. And she like dashes off, dragging this massive costume behind her like it's nothing.
Helianthus, are you okay? You looked really upset.
I don't think I like LARPing.
Oh, that was quite scary.
It was a lot.
In any case, I think the crowd loved you. Everyone take a bow, and Vega will kind of actually turn towards the stands and do a like kind of traditional stage bow while also motioning for the rest of the group to do the same.
Kidorus will pick up his jaw off the ground and say, "Yeah, a round of applause for our heroes for vanquishing the beast and its master." And the crowds erupt in cheers. Everybody kind of standing up and clapping.
I wave with all 3 hands.
And a round of applause for our monsters.
Yay!
For what would we be without them?
Alive!
You hear a loud cheer from the dressing room. "Yay me!" Oh, and Xanther will go off and say, "Oh yeah, right, I'm supposed to help with that." And yeah. So that is it for your guys' participation in LARPFest. I mean, obviously you get to stick around and watch. People emboldened by your performances, clearly very much excited to participate. All like comparing character sheets, talking about strategies in combat. You hear them like discussing moves that you guys made. The inspiration, the battle cries, the healing each other when things got dire. People seem to have really been impressed by your teamwork and cohesion on the LARP battlefield.
Do we get to keep our undrunk juice?
Yes, you do get to keep your juice. It's a very nice decanter.
To mix mine with a little tea.
What was that?
I like to mix mine with a little tea when we're done.
For sure. So yeah, I mean, like the mostly first years are going into LARPing. Though you'll see some of the second years take turns as well. You have an opportunity to talk to anybody you'd like to if you want to discuss it. I mean, obviously Kadoris is running over and gushing at the first sign. He'll tell Azra how amazing she was. And he does say Azra still, which is, I mean, he's clearly into it. He says, "Wow, that was incredible. I've never seen such LARPing before. This is like a whole new chapter in the LARPing handbook. You've got to help me write something about the strategies you guys just did. That was incredible. I've never seen anybody take down a monster like that before."
I mean, it all started. I mean, the stat blocks you gave us, those, I think they worked really well, and it was incredible. I have some ideas for next time, but I think this took everyone, and this is honest, a lot of fun.
Great. I'm really glad to hear that. Yeah. So like, let's watch the rest of it together. Yeah. Like, want to come sit next to me on the bench. Want to come sit down just to watch. Or we can walk around. Up to you.
Let's watch the rest of the fights.
Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah. Right. And he will like get up and like, I guess, situate the next group. Yeah. Unless anybody else has anything else they want to do at LARPFest. It's a day full of wonderful activities, with all kinds of folk kind of getting into the combat. You do see people being very clumsy. Like, many of them clearly have never handled a weapon before in their lives. Many of them struggle to move even under the costume armor. Like, one person is really excited. We'll say this fellow over here who is a dryad. You've probably seen him around. He is a second year like you. So he's like a humanoid being made out of wood with kind of these large branch-like head protrusions. He actually has a art handout I could show you as well. He's kind of cool. Yeah, Melwathorn.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly a Witherbloom student by the costume he's wearing. And you see him like struggling to move under the massive costume armor pieces he's donned. He's wearing like these massive like wooden looking plates, but they're instead made of some kind of like faux material that is clearly much heavier than he was expecting. But anyway, everybody has a ton of fun. People look very, very clumsy, and nobody puts on a performance that rivals any of you guys. Suffice to say that Xanther and Rosie win their fair share of battles, the Behir and the Bone Claw, proving victorious in the vast majority of battles that are fought this day.
I was gonna see if she looks like it, that if Aurora's playing a necromancer, and if so, if she wants to like link our backstories, like maybe she made me or something.
Oh yeah, that'd be really cool. We should totally do that. I totally made you. Why am I not fighting with you though? Like maybe someone else took you from me?
Oh yeah, maybe. Which of these people would have done that? Probably Azra. She has dark magic.
Oh, right. No, that makes sense. And she looks over at Azra with like a very unfriendly expression.
And I think Vega like is actually like enjoys it, kind of like cracks a bit of a smile, and then will immediately go into like and like return the very serious glower back at her.
Aurora kind of mutters under her breath, "She'll pay for taking you from me." Oh, right.
Extra
Sorry.
Round.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. It's just a game. Right. No, I'm really excited. None of you guys are mages. This stat block seems really strong, but I'm not allowed to use any necromancy magic. It's all just like, pop pop.
That's boring magic. It's like obvious. Could you like reflavor it to necromancy? Like, oh, it's instead of it's lightning or whatever, it's like necrotic. I don't know, something.
Oh, I guess I could use like illusions to make it look like necromancy and just say that I'm using the character stats. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be amazing. Everybody's gonna love me.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough,
It's
when
really cool.
when she, Cadorus, and Greta take the stage, Aurora is the clear star of the show. You will see these like crazy like swirls of black energy with like skulls floating through it and stuff. Screams piercing the air as she does let loose with arcane barrages and arcane blasts. To great effect. That team actually is one of the only other ones that actually wins against the Behir. They don't quite beat the Bone Claw. The other team is this group of second years who you probably haven't seen around, I think, except for Tolk.
Ooh,
You've seen Tolk.
who are they?
Oh, you have seen this guy. It was a long time ago now.
Oh, is that the vampire poet guy?
That's the vampire poet guy. He didn't have a picture back then, but he does now. We'll bring up his token. Kind of a gloomy looking dude, very dour.
He's the one who is writing poetry to a beloved of some sort.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Excellent.
I
Siri
didn't
and
take any notes
Vega
about that.
were unimpressed.
Yep.
Right. It was not the greatest poet you'd ever heard, for sure.
I mean, he just needs someone to cheer him up a little bit, it looks like. Just
Is-
needs a little ray of sunshine.
Not literally,
it was to
though.
Natalia. Do we hear about a Natalia in the stands anywhere?
Oh, good question. Are you like actively snooping?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, give us a perception check perhaps to like listen in on the various conversations. I mean, it's hard to hear anything out of the mess, but maybe.
Can I assist in the snooping?
You can certainly try.
Have advantage.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
give her
Vega-
guidance.
Vega will, like,
Team effort.
will like lean down to the group and says, I'm pretty sure that's that vampire guy who's into Natalia. And will get okay, bless. I needed that guidance and the advantage because it was a 2 and a 14, but a 4 on the guidance die. So that's a total of a 20.
Okay, so you're able to like, I guess, maybe you make your way over to the other stand where they're sitting. And you will like catch kind of the mid conversation. The redheaded fellow is talking about strategy. He's like, all right, so Draths, you're gonna go in as like a mage, right? And you're gonna take him from behind. Tulk, you'll block for Draths, make sure they can't reach him. And then Natalia, you're gonna like support us from the rear, right? And she says, no, I think I'm gonna stay in front. He says, okay, that's great. I'll support from the rear. Don't worry, we got this, you guys. Good plan. I know we've got good teamwork. This is gonna go great.
And Vega, like after doing the swoop of the stands, will return to kind of Siri and Stella and just give the play-by-play. We definitely found her.
Oh, they're sitting together.
This might be good for the stall.
Here's her, by the way.
Oh.
She's so pretty. I like her. She's got flowers.
Oh my gosh, she's so pretty.
We've got like an opposites attract thing going.
Yeah.
No wonder he's writing her poetry. Look at her.
Oh, there are actually like art handouts for these, the full art. Do you guys
cool.
want to see them?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So here is her full art.
Aw.
Yeah, we need to be
So
besties.
cute.
We've got the flower things going on.
And here is his full art.
Nice.
Cool.
These images are courtesy of Mossy Gator, who's letting us use their art for free on the stream. You can find their links in our credits section underneath the stream bits.
Thanks, Mossy Gator.
These are incredible.
Yeah.
So cute.
Oh, and
Mossy Gator also did the art we're using for Egan, who Azra's costume was brought to you by.
here's the leader of that group.
Ooh.
And here is Tulk, who you've seen before, but probably not in full art zoom in.
Mhm.
Gosh, these are so good.
They really are.
Incredible.
Bertram has some smolder going.
I don't know what's up with his eyebrow. How did he get that scar?
Cash makes you want to ask, right? Like, what a mysterious guy.
Hmm.
Maybe you talk about it over a drink at the Bow's End Tavern.
Just feels rude to just walk up to someone and be like, "What'd you do to your eyebrow?" Vega, you have a lot of scars. Would that offend you?
It depends on the tone. Like, if it's like, oh, what the fuck happened to you? Then I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to talk to you. But if it's someone who walks up and is like, hey there, what happened? Then, maybe we chat for a bit. It just kind of depends on the vibes.
I don't know how to use that tone. Like that voice thing you did. I don't know how to do that.
I was going to try it out.
Well, so LARPFest will conclude. The only other group that makes it through both monsters is that group of other second years, these folks over here. And at the end of the day, everybody's really excited. They're telling stories about their fights and your fight a lot. A lot of folks are talking about that the move where that one guy threw his zombie head. That was crazy, and he hit him twice with zombie heads. He must have planned that out. Who attaches zombie heads to their uniform and then just throws them unless they plan to do it from the beginning? That's crazy. That's amazing. Costumes as weapons. Anyway, so like people are talking all about it. You are legends in the LARP fan groups on campus. And of course, I mean, much of your fame is due to having the Queen of LARP in your group. So your reputation certainly grows. We are at the midpoint where we'll take our midstream break. We'll be back at or before 8:45, so just 7 minutes from now. We will be right back. Talk to you all again soon. Don't go away. There's a lot more interesting stuff to come. All right, we are back. Welcome back to more Curriculum of Wonder, our Strixhaven actual play game. We've just completed LARPFest, a event to kick off the second year of school with some real, live blood pumping action with a Behir and a Bone Claw threatening our heroes on a LARP field. Well, anyway, let's get back into it. So after the LARPFest event, you guys are obviously hailed as heroes of LARP. You are bought many drinks at the Bow's End and asked many times to recount your stories, not just of the battles themselves, but of your characters. Who are they? Where did they come from? And folks do listen with rapt attention. Though, if someone does go on at length, then, the audience drops off. Though certainly some folks will stand and stay respectful throughout the duration, I'm sure. In any case, as the semester prepares to get underway and we get to that first week of classes, the big question on everybody's mind that everybody's talking about is college choice. Which college are you going to join? This decision will live with you for the rest of your lives. It will shape the path that you follow as a mage, as a student, as an academic, as a person. So really, it's one of the biggest choices of your lives. Many of you already have your choices made, though of course you will meet with a college counselor to discuss your choices and finalize them after a briefing on the college you intend to join. So let's go in reverse order of the tokens just to shake things up here. Vega, which counselor would you like to meet with? Or rather, which college's counselor would you like to meet with?
So Vega, throughout the entire first semester, would be pretty cagey and kind of dodge questions about where she was going, and if pressed, would give some answer about how she was expected to go to Lorehold. But on this day where we're making selections, she shows up at the College of Silverquill.
All right. The illustrious gates of Silverquill open up, revealing that large, marble pavilion that has a number of very, very magnificent buildings on all sides. It's all polished, it's all gleaming, it's all beautiful and perfect, immaculate even. And the students themselves also kind of mirror that. As you walk into the campus towards the designated office of the counselor you're to see, folks look at you and you kind of feel at home. There's a certain confidence. We won't say arrogance. There's a certain confidence in the students here that Vega kind of maybe resonates with. It's just a very, very similar feeling to the rest of the students here. When you arrive at the office, you are welcomed in. Well, you are instructed to enter by a very gruff male voice, probably a little bit on the deep side. And here is the fellow you see inside. Welcome to Silverquill, Vega. I am Nils, Discipline Enforcer here on campus. It is my distinguished pleasure to be aiding you in finalizing your college choice today. Tell me, why are you interested in joining Silverquill?
It's simple. Silverquill is all about it. This college understands the power of words, what's contained within them, what can be done with them. I can do a lot with a blade, more than most on this campus. But I have so much to learn here, and the things I learn will help me do what I want to do back at home.
Yes, a blade can change many things, but words can change minds, and that is often far more valuable than any ends that violence can achieve. It's good that you understand that, because many who enter Silverquill are looking at the might that's available through inkomancy, or the power they can gain over others by study of the human psyche. But words as a means to achieve things, as an art in and of themselves, is noble.
I need to be able to convince hearts and minds.
Very much.
This is where I'll learn how to do that.
Yes. I'm sure you're already familiar, but as part of this official process, I must introduce you officially to the two schools of philosophy in Silverquill College. They are the schools of Radiance and Shadow. You may subscribe to either or both in any proportion you deem correct while you are here at Silverquill. They are contrasting. Radiance is the school that believes in uplifting others through our actions, that inspiring others is the way in which we ourselves are enriched and elevated by the power we have over and for others. Whereas Shadow is a school that is more aligned with how we develop ourselves and how we can control the actions of others to be in our own best interests. It's a misconception that either of these schools is more good than the other. Both can be used to great effects, both ill and beneficial. But while you are here, you are expected to study and understand both of them, though you may subscribe to them in any amount you choose.
My blade is sharpened on both sides. I'll take both courses in equal measure.
He nods. He will kind of flip a parchment he's got around to you. It's got a line for you to sign.
Vega does with flourish.
All right. Welcome to Silverquill, Vega, Lucent Daughter of Dawn's Cathedral. We look forward to you doing great things here.
Me too.
All right. Helianthus, what college would you be looking at?
Prismari.
Nice. I think you've been to Prismari campus. Well, maybe you haven't been there, but you've certainly seen it. No, you've been there. You guys were looking for the Thunder Conductor. That's right. That's the name on your instructions is not one you recognize. It is Veyron, Voice of Duality, which is a very interesting title, perhaps. But walking through Prismari campus, it is a again, just a mess of these beautiful spiral buildings formed out of a material that looks like it's ice and fire at the same time. You can see glittering sparks inside the ice material. It's this beautiful kind of changing sheen of purple and blue, and all the pathways kind of arc and sweep through the sky in whimsical, fantastical shapes. The students of Prismari are eccentric. They are unusual. They are strange, different, and wonderful in their variety. You see people here who are clearly not just Genasi, but actual fire elementals, their bodies more or less covered in flames. You see beings more or less made of water, and everything in between. Merfolk, you see people made of stone, you see dwarves, orcs, everybody. Every single kind of person you can imagine is here represented in all manner of striking styles and presentations. The office you finally arrive at has a beautiful ornate door, which has a small bird perched on a stand that is protruding from it. The bird is made of flames. It will croon at you. Helianthus, here for your appointment?
Yes?
One moment. It turns, and you can see a little hole in the door behind it, and it just squawks really loudly. Just this blah sound. And shortly thereafter, the door opens, and you are greeted by your counselor-to-be.
Thank you, Bird. I don't know what your name is, but thank you.
In the middle of the room, there is not a desk in this room, by the way. There are a variety of stands, there are easels, there are pedestals upon which sculpture in progress rests. But mainly there are these small pens made out of an icy material. Standing in the middle of it is a woman whose body is covered in flames. She's quite obviously an elemental herself. And she is currently holding a small little rodentine animal made of ice with a fiery fur mane. She turns as you enter and say, I'll be right there, one moment. And she does something to the rodent, and the ice becomes water. And it bounds off of her hand and kind of runs around in one of its pens. She turns and says, welcome to Prismari, Helianthus. Oh, I've been looking forward to this appointment all day. I've heard wonderful things about you. You've already been on some art retreats with us, so you probably know what Prismari is about.
Yes, I think so.
Well, tell me in just a few words, as part of the process, you understand, what Prismari College means to you.
I think it's about being able to make something that speaks to people wherever they're at. Like, you don't need words, which is nice.
Yes, exactly. In fact, often words fail us where pictures and creations can say so much more. A way to speak from heart to heart and mind to mind without worrying about the details of words. I think you'll fit in wonderfully here. But I do have to, of course, introduce you to the two philosophies of Prismari, as is proper. You, of course, know already that they are the schools of perfection and expression. In order to create, we must feel. Feeling is paramount. We must have a deep emotion, a deep bond, a deep meaning within us that we want to express. But then the expression cannot exist without the perfection. We must create what it is that we wish to express with. And that creation is a much more logical process. It demands dedication, method, diligence. These methodologies, they conflict, and yet they also combine. And all artists, in some proportion, use these two philosophies to create their art. Do you understand the philosophies of Prismari?
Oh, yes. Yes. Especially that perfectionism bit, we've got a little bit of that.
Right, well, that's not exactly... But anyway, don't worry about it. I'm sure you'll figure it out. The point is, and she, goes to a shelf on the side and starts leafing through parchments. Oh yes, here it is. And she pulls out a piece of parchment and offers it to you. It floats towards you in the air, buoyed by a sheet of ice, and a quill made of flames appears in front of you.
She kind of reaches for the fire quill a little hesitantly.
Oh, it's perfectly safe. Don't worry.
But we'll take it and sign her name.
Yeah, your name appears in flames, and then kind of subsides into a blackened tracing of your signature. She says, "Wonderful, that's that. Welcome to Prismari. Now, would you like to play with my animals?"
How do you play with them?
Oh, just like you'd play with any other animals. They're perfectly safe, I promise. Well, except for that one in the corner. She points to a large tiger-looking one and says, "That one I'm still working on."
Okay. Yeah, we'll stay away from the tiger.
Cool. There you go. After that would be Fergal. And we can do Fergal and Ciri together if that makes sense to you guys. I know you're both applying to Witherbloom. Okay. Would you want to head there? Yeah, together? Cool. Awesome. Great. Yeah. You've been through this Edgemore plenty of times. It is the same trek it's always been. You do go a little bit deeper than you've gone before to one of the administrative buildings of Witherbloom, which you've never had cause to visit before. It is just a very large tree that's been kind of twisted and shaped to look like a... It's got a big bulbous kind of round knot, I guess, in the middle of it that is building-sized. And there are passageways inside that allow you to travel through the trunk. In any case, you finally reach a wooden door. And as you approach, the door opens. Standing on the other side of the open doorway is a tree. But she does have a face and hair, twigs, a mane of twigs that descends from the top of her head. She says in a voice that kind of creaks and groans, "Welcome to Witherbloom, my children. Please come to my office. We have much to discuss." As she turns, you can see that her body is very tree-like. It's wood all the way down, but she does have legs that end in these kind of splayed messes of roots. She walks into the room, turns, and simply stands there, waiting for you to join her.
Oh, yeah, I'll go in.
Mm-hmm. Right. She says, "Well, you have expressed interest in Witherbloom College, the College of Essence Studies. There is so very much to learn about life and death here, and the power we offer is, well, in my opinion, unparalleled among the colleges, yes. So why do each of you want to join Witherbloom?"
I kind of look over at Fergal.
Oh, for a brief moment, I was thinking about Lorehold because I'm in the historical society, and we did go on one outing with them, and I am interested in the things of old and all that. but it's all a bit too, esoteric for me. I just want to get, down to earth, the real stuff of life, into the muck and the blood and the essence of it all. That's what's real.
Yes, muck and blood are very real. They tie us to each other and all things, and they can be used to great ends. And you, why are you interested in Witherbloom?
I want to learn more about the things that cause death.
Yes, a subject of much interest to most living things. Death is itself a powerful force and ephemeral, fleeting. Few understand how death and life are one and the same, but you shall learn that over your time here. She's already sitting, she's standing. She says, I must instruct you on the philosophies of Witherbloom, such that you are literate in the college you plan to join. You probably understand these philosophies already. They are the philosophies of growth and decay. That is, energy flows from all living things one to another. Some are able to grow, using energy that exists in the world around them to create more of themselves and food for other creatures. Some creatures create energy for themselves by taking from other creatures. One can create energy without using life, but many create energy using life as a fuel. These two philosophies are opposed. One believes that life itself is valuable, and one believes that life itself is a fuel source and nothing more. Together, they will allow you to master both life and death. Do you understand the philosophies of growth and decay?
I think I agree with what you said in the beginning, where they're both kind of the same thing, or at least connected. Like, things die and go back to the earth, and then that's what everything grows out of. And so death becomes life, which becomes death again. It's just a cycle.
Oh yes, very much so. But many plants and animals do not have to kill in order to live. Their growth exists outside of the decay cycle.
Well, if you don't put matter that was from living things into the earth, your crops won't grow.
Yes, I suppose in an abstract sense, you're right. Death does fuel life, and life fuels death, but, well, perhaps the nuances will be clearer to you over time. In any case, she reaches behind her and pulls out like a piece of wood, like a plank, and hands it over with a knife and says, kindly carve your initials on the line there at the bottom. All right, great. Yeah, welcome to Witherbloom. I look forward to instructing you. On your way out, she says, oh, I'm so terribly sorry. I am still bad at using these names you creatures use. I am Willow Dusk, Essence Seer. You may call upon me anytime. And then turns and ignores you, I guess. All right. And last of the college hopefuls is Stella.
Stella will head over to the Quandrix College.
All right. Quandrix campus is beautiful. It's got tons and tons of very, very neatly planted plants in long rows. It also has designed, engineered waterfalls that flow in all kinds of distinctly unnatural shapes. Water kind of flowing over pathways or spiraling through the air in geometric patterns. It is wondrous and confusing. You can reach one of the central buildings where you'll find the office of Ruxa, who is dubbed the patient professor on your instructions. The door is very plain and has a bunch of scratch marks on the front, which is kind of out of place in this place of perfection, mostly.
Oh. I'll go in. Do I have an appointment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you push the door open and enter. Inside, you see, sitting at a desk, is a large bear. She wears spectacles, barely looks up when you enter, and says, welcome to my office, please. Have a seat. I'm almost done with this.
I'll take a seat in the front row and just watch. What is she doing?
She is scribbling with her finger on a piece of parchment these glowing runes. They look like they could be mathematical equations, but like you don't understand anything.
It's so pretty. What's it mean?
And she dots like an equation, and then puts the parchment aside and says, yes, well, sorry to not be ready when you arrived. I was overdue for that lesson plan. Welcome, I am Ruxa, patient professor. You probably have many questions about Quandrix.
Not really. I think this is where I should go. Pretty sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, good. That makes this very simple. There's a question I must ask, which is, what do you understand about Quandrix? What do you think it is we do here?
Well, it gives you all the answers. It tells you how everything works, and then you'll know how life works, and then you can do life. Like every equation has the perfect answer, and that's how I can not mess up at stuff.
Oh dear. Well, it's to be understood. Quandrix is a very esoteric college as far as the colleges are concerned. Don't beat yourself up about having a rough understanding of it so far. There's plenty of time. You are very right in a sense. Quandrix is very much about growth and understanding life and creating life. Yes, that is what we do here. That would be more in line with the philosophy of substance. We grow plants, we grow creatures, we grow, well, anything you can imagine. The means by which we do that is rooted in theory, however, a deep understanding in the mechanisms of this multiverse and the magical forces at play within it.
Yeah, you draw cool shapes, and then you can make those shapes come to life.
Yes, very much so. You are right. We do draw cool shapes, but it is important to draw the right shapes and to understand them, else the growth simply will not occur. True understanding is required in order to materialize substance. In any case, you have a long path ahead of you, I'm sure, and you will do great things here eventually. I look forward to watching your growth from as close as you'd like me to be.
Wait, so to understand things, I have to study?
Oh, very much.
Okay.
In fact, I would say that Quandrix is one of the most challenging coursework loads you can choose on Strixhaven campus.
So her face kind of drops. I was like, oh. Cool. I took a personality quiz in a magazine, and it said I was totally Quandrix. So I don't think they're wrong. It's just another challenge to overcome.
Ruxa clears her throat and says, all may find a home here. And don't worry, if it does prove too much, there's always remedial studies, and you can transfer if you have to. But all manner of beings have succeeded at Quandrix. You are no exception.
I'm glad you're patient.
Me too. She will hand over a small stone tablet and say, if you'd like to sign here, your entry into Quandrix will be finalized.
She will put a bird print onto it.
Like with her foot? Sorry, with her hand, right, for sure.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, cool. Right. Well, welcome to Quandrix. I look forward to educating you at length.
At length? Yeah, it will be a while. Cool.
Well, away you go. And with that, you guys are all officially inducted into your various colleges, and you also get costumes, uniforms. You get to kind of design your own costume/uniform within certain bounds. There are some handouts you can use for inspiration on this. Where are they? We've seen them. Oh yeah, here they are. So we have, nobody's lower hold. Why am I doing that? Prismari outfits look like this. They're kind of these long flowing garments with all sorts of crazy colors and and stylistic additions. Often they embody elements of fire and or ice or lightning. Quandrix uniforms often are geometric in their shapes and sizes. They often have like patterns that kind of grow in size as they follow the pattern. Silver quill outfits are, in a word, stylish. They are as many and varied as the styles of the multiverse, but any Strixhaven uniform is striking and holds the gaze. And last but not least, Witherbloom uniforms are largely comprised of natural materials. They often evoke plants or include bones. They are very, very natural, and like you can build your uniform from parts of the Sedgemoor. It's kind of a common thing to do. So you don't have to design your uniforms now. There's certainly some time before you would get your uniform back. So you can kind of put in your requests and your orders, and we'll see what materializes. Perhaps next episode we'll have a brief description of each of our uniforms. But something to think about and look forward to for sure. What is next? Well, after colleges, you guys will sign up for classes. There's a huge host of classes that you can sign up for. One of them is Applied Arcane Arts, the general ed class that everybody has to take. Rumors are the course involves learning how magic is used in the world, especially as pertains to fighting. There's all kinds of magical theory courses. This one is not that. You are led to the Biblioplex on the first day of your classes for Arcane Arts. And a very stern professor there looks like an elemental being. His upper body is like blue. There's lightning playing around his head. His hair kind of whips in unseen, unheard wind. His lower body is just a tornado. It's a vortex. It is wind blowing in circles, which that is a little bit loud, but not loud enough where it's hard to hear him. And he will boom out. So, all of you students here, second year at Strixhaven, you think you know what magic is. You haven't the slightest inkling. But that's not important. Not important in the slightest. Magic is used for certain things in this world. You don't have to understand everything about magic to use it. No, with the right word and gesture, you can conjure a lightning bolt from an outstretched hand. You can materialize water. You can make entire sections of the earth disappear spontaneously. Yes, with magic, you can affect the world around you, and in this class, we will be studying that. For this class in particular, this introductory class, I'd just like to understand what all of you know about how magic is used in the world, specifically how it's used to fight. So we'll be relating a story you're all familiar with, or each of you are familiar with rather, about how you've seen or heard of magic being used to do battle. Yes, the most common application across the multiverse for magic is battle, as much as the other scholars here would not like to admit. So let's talk about it. Who has a story of a battle they've witnessed or heard of? Yes, the scruffy one in front.
I read about these two rival mages. One was sort of a necromancer more than anything else. I mean, he did like creation magic of different kinds, but mostly necromancy. The other was a lithomancer. Like they had rivalries that went from plane to plane, and eventually the lithomancer went to the necromancer's castle and used her like rock magic to take the whole castle apart and like trap his vampire minions in the stone and like agonizing ways of being stuck in the stone. And it was just sounded very, very original and horrible.
Those sound like high-level mages to move stone with their magic at will, imprison other beings in it even. That is impressive. You too can perform feats like this. Imprison your foes within a rock, or summon vampiric minions, given time, effort, and dedication.
Are you going to teach us how to do that in this class, or?
If you're capable of learning it. Who else knows of a time or place when magic has been used to do battle?
Well, I mean, it's not like exactly battle, but kind of delayed battle. Like sometimes people use magic for like traps and stuff. There was this girl from near where I grew up who went off adventuring and apparently ended up in some tomb somewhere, and there was something with a chest. I don't know. She went inside the chest and she got disintegrated and stuff. It was a whole thing. But you know, that was kind of doing battle with magic, but just like delayed gratification version.
Yes, turning your opponents into dust is very gratifying, I can assure you. But that is advanced magic, to leave a spell in wait, stabilize the magic, and let it sit for days, weeks, months, even years at a time. Only the very accomplished mage can disintegrate someone in the future.
When he says that disintegrating people is gratifying, this like look of respect starts to, like, the first time you've seen Siri actually maybe respect a professor this whole time.
Nice. Anybody else with a story of magic used to exert your will on an opponent?
Well, I read this story once of this like famous hero group or something that were fighting a big dragon, and the dragon was trying to like fly away, and you know, dragons go really fast, so they like used some sort of teleportation magic to like throw one of the people at the dragon, and then they like fell from the sky onto the dragon and like stabbed the dragon and won.
Yes, you land-bound folk should be very concerned about falling, but certainly magic can be used to accomplish incredible feats of heroism. Although, the delivered weapon was an axe, you said?
I think it was just a sword.
Simple, plain, inelegant.
I mean, you don't. I mean, it was cool though, I'm sure, to just get thrown magically on top of a dragon.
Yes, but a mage does battle with magic. We don't stoop to using weapons. And if you must use a weapon, then by all means do, but you should be able to crush your opponents with your will alone.
Well, yeah, I just think that in this case, the scenario was more the mage was assisting his her non-magical counterpart.
Oh, yes.
You know, not everyone does magic.
Magic can be used to accomplish great feats of assistance, yes, helping others. But in this class, I want to teach each of you to become the masters of your own destiny, to exert your own will on the people around you. Don't stand in the shadows. No, use your magic. Stand proud in front. Blast away your opponents. Let your name be heard far and wide.
Do we have to stand in front? I prefer to not stand in front.
Does anybody else have a story of magic being used in a great spectacle?
There was one guy in our town. He was a really bad guy. He like killed a lot of people. So then one time, like an army came after him because he kind of had like a bounty on his head. So he was about to do battle because he deserved it, but then a really powerful mage kind of made the entire army forget why they were there, and then he got away with his crimes, so he seized his destiny there by using magic to change everyone's memory.
Yes. Magic can increase your value and power far beyond any sort of singular training in any other field. Yes, no other field would allow one person to spontaneously cause an army to leave a battlefield. Only magic grants that sort of power.
It's like if someone's really bad and they have a lot of magic, they can do a lot of bad stuff.
Stella just looks sad.
One of my favorite songs actually talks about some demons who were basically using their own magic to force someone into doing something against their own will. And Vega will actually offer a few bars of this song to the group. So I have a few of them written out.
Absolutely.
So it starts out, one was the maiden whose dad slept in chains. Great was her sense of fright, misery, and shame. All on her own there was naught she could do, but two were her friends come to help fight the gloom. Together the three hatched a perilous plan to rescue the father from demons' demands. And the song continues about this kind of ragtag group of about 10 people who come together, all various magic casters of different kinds, who fight their way through a series of cursed catacombs to liberate the maiden's father from doing the deeds of some demons who had captured him. And there's all kinds of magical nonsense that happens throughout the story.
Sure. Yeah, the professor is eating it up. He says, yes. Now, creatures of other planes have magic built into their very souls. I have been able to manifest lightning from the day I was created. But you mortals can achieve a semblance of that power in your short lifetimes by grasping at the knowledge that's available here and using it. Whether it be to slay demons, control them, or to even become one yourself, magic is a gateway to all types of power. And it kind of goes on like that for a long time. This professor seems to be very enamored with magic and the power it grants, and does not seem to have any sort of moral compulsion towards or against using it in a specific way. He'll talk about the power of, as you mentioned, controlling armies or even individuals. He'll talk about the power of raising undead legions, and give you examples throughout history of each one being used either in warfare or in duels between legendary individuals. After class, many of the students are talking about the things they'd like to be able to do with magic someday. Some of them are maybe appropriately horrified. You guys can kind of determine how you're feeling about said lesson.
Did that professor just casually mention becoming a demon as if that was like a thing that people should do?
He didn't say should, he just implied that was something people could do.
Yeah, he didn't really care very much at all about what people should do or not do.
Like you said, Stella, sometimes if someone has a lot of magic, they can do really, really bad things with it. So maybe you've also got to do some not great things to stop them.
Why do all these classes just have to do with demons?
Do you think we're gonna meet one? I haven't
I really
been a
hope
demon yet.
not. I don't know that I want to meet a demon. That sounds absolutely horrifying.
Seems
Yeah.
like they're preparing us for something, though.
Be kind of cool to meet a devil, though.
No, I'm good. I think I'm good.
I mean, just don't sign anything. You'd be fine. Or, like, do if you're into that. I mean, I don't know. Could probably offer some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, I don't think your soul's worth some cool stuff.
Depends on the stuff.
Yeah, what kind of stuff
Yeah.
specifically would make you sign some devil's paperwork?
I don't know.
I don't know that I want to know. I'm just gonna go.
For sure. And you
Did
start
that
rather.
professor have any, like, college insignia on them? Like, did they seem affiliated with a specific college?
Does not actually have any college affiliation obvious. They might be a guest speaker,
Okay.
or I actually have a picture that I'm uploading now because I didn't get time to do this earlier. But that's okay, because here's the picture. He is a interesting looking fella.
You look scary.
Looks like Thanos.
His name
Awesome hair.
is Zahid. He does not ask to be called Professor. He asks to be called Lord Zahid.
Lord, does he have this lamp thing visible?
No.
Okay.
Did he actually go here?
Is it normal to call your professors Lord?
No.
Do we not call him professor because he doesn't have tenure yet?
It's got to go through a whole committee. It's a whole thing.
I mean, do you guys want to try to find out about him? You could certainly ask him, or you could ask around.
He's intriguing for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask him because he seems kind of intimidating, but
What was
maybe.
our Stella? Who's your friend that like knows everything?
Oh, Mina. Mina knows everything.
Maybe she knows.
Well, I kind of, yeah, let's ask her. But I also want to ask him just to, I wonder what he would say. Lord Sahid, do you have a minute?
Half of one. What?
So you seem super duper powerful. Where did you study magics and get all your magics from?
He frowns. Were you not listening to my lecture? I've been able to manifest lightning since I was created. My powers are part of what and who I am. I come from the elemental planes, and I am a lord over my domain there. You mortals and your learning of magic is far beneath me. But I
Oh,
have
so you
some
just
respect
have-
for mortals that achieve some moderate height.
You keep saying created.
We are not birthed as you mortal beings are. We do not materialize from our parents' flesh and blood. We are entities of elements. We are born from the forces of creation.
When
So the forces of creation are your parents.
If you must make everything fit into your small flesh and blood mortal mind, then yes.
excuse our ignorance or whatever. When you say we,
Oh, I'm not the only being from the elemental planes. There are many of us. They are worlds far greater than this one.
I mean, it would be embarrassing if you called yourself a lord, but you were the only one, so that does make some sense.
He stares at Vega for a second. You see lightning crackle in his eyes a little bit. He says, I think that will be all, students. Your next classes await.
My lord.
Yeah, do you think Xanther was born from flesh or primordial chaos?
I don't know. I don't really go around asking people how they were born. That seems weird.
I mean, having met Xanther, I feel like a healthy mix of the two might explain some things.
I mean, if you really want to know, I could ask. I don't feel like he would be that embarrassed or like uncomfortable to talk about it. It's just kind of like a thing that you don't generally casually bring up in conversation.
It makes sense, yeah. I mean,
But I could ask if you really want.
Only if it comes up naturally. Don't have to.
I don't think it will, but I'll keep that in mind.
yeah,
You
like, I
can-
mean,
you
where
can
does
make-
he go for summer vacation? You know?
With enough practice, you can make things seem to come up naturally.
I don't do that though.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm not very good at that. Like that forced naturalness, it's not really a thing that I'm good at.
You could tell him a story about how you were born, and then be like, ever do and experience something like that?
I don't remember my birth.
Or you could just blame us. You could be like, hey, I know this is super weird, but my friends want to know where you're from.
I mean, honestly, that's probably the way I would go about it if you guys really wanted to know, because like I don't think that's really any of my business. But like, if you guys really want to know, I mean, we're cool. I could just ask him.
I mean, I'm less worried about Xanther. I want to know what this professor guy can do, but I think we annoyed him enough for one day.
Yeah, his eyes got all.
Yeah.
I also suspect he might not actually be the lord of that much.
Why?
he just seemed really, it really seemed to get him going in a way that I don't think a real lord would be ruffled by a bunch of second years.
Oh, like you think he's overcompensating?
Yes.
Yeah, that checks out.
I don't get it.
Like he's insecure about it, so it's like he's making it a big deal.
Oh.
So he's not really royalty?
I mean, he could be, but I have suspicions.
If he was, would he be here like teaching a bunch of like mortals magic?
You know, made of flesh and blood
Right.
and goop or whatever.
Like, wouldn't he have more important things to do if he was like important and stuff?
Oh, no,
Lords are weird. The lord of where I live, he like wears a mask whenever he goes out. They're weird.
I mean, who knows?
He seems to have a lot of fun disdaining people, though. Maybe he enjoys it.
I think definitely he enjoys it. Kind of into it, honestly. Like, I think this is gonna be not like that, Stella. I just think I'm gonna enjoy the class. Is all. I mean, it's gonna be a good. This is gonna end up in your newspaper, isn't it?
It's the way the notepad.
No.
You have interesting tastes, Sirius.
Why? What's wrong with my taste? I mean, we have
there's
common
nothing wrong.
interests and stuff. It's fine. To be clear, I'm talking about Urs MacTalk and not the professor, because I'm not interested in the professor. I just think it's going to be a cool class. That's all. It's fine.
Has any
But
more
you
weird?
are-
Have you gave him that plant, right? Like, has anything happened since then?
We talk sometimes. He didn't say that he wouldn't come to a party at our dorm, which, you know, is a not no. So,
Should we have a party?
Yes, absolutely.
We just can't really have too many. There's already 5 of us, and we're not allowed to have more than 8 people. So
we can
only
invite
like 3 of
people.
us could invite one person.
We
Like,
can have a rotation. Like, your time is up. Please leave the party. Next party person.
but if Ursmatok was one of the people at the party, and he wouldn't be likely to enforce the rules upon himself, now would he?
I don't know. He
Exactly.
seems like someone that would follow
He
the
absolutely
rules.
would, yeah.
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe he really should be at this party to, because it could get out of hand. You know us.
Maybe we're worried about crowd control and we need him there to help us enforce the rules because we care very much about following the rules and stuff.
Or
You
too
know,
popular. Everyone wants to come to our party.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the cathedral has all these ridiculous rules, right? And I have found that if you are adamant enough, you can get around most of them. So perhaps there's maybe we could go to a dean or something and get a waiver or something to have a unlimited party at our home for just for one night, right? Like perhaps we could just get it in writing that we're allowed to do whatever we want for just one night.
Like, it's a
And
special
I think
occasion. We're all
that's-
coming back to school.
I don't think
Exactly.
that's how rules work. Like, you can't just break them.
It's not if you
because
don't
want.
ask.
What if we asked that one guy who sent us to the temple thing? He didn't seem like he cared a whole lot about rules. Maybe we could ask him to give us permission.
Oh yeah, the Dean of Chaos. I think he'd
Yeah.
give permission for just about anything.
Yeah, I think he would sign anything.
I think so.
Maybe we should have the party in a ruins. There's a lot more room there.
That'd be so cool. Like
Didn't you
Destiny.
guys almost die at the ruins?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
That
I didn't
ruin-
go, but like,
We did
y'all didn't
leave.
look so good when I got back from my art retreat, and like that doesn't seem like a good place for a party.
Yeah, we did leave some very alive oryx in those ruins.
Right, so we wouldn't go back to that ruin. We'd go to a, safer
Yeah.
ruin.
Why don't we just like use the quad or something that's much more localized.
There's probably not rules about capacity in the quad. We probably just have to get like a permit or something.
Maybe you could ask Erzmektok about rules about having parties in the quad, because he would probably know.
Yeah, he would definitely know.
And then you have an excuse to talk to him.
Yeah, because we talk all the time, so that would be fine for me to do that.
So
Yep.
you're gonna seek out Erzmake talk?
Right now?
Do it.
Sure.
Well, given that it's like afternoon on a school day,
Like probably in class.
you can catch him after class. You just ended your class, and you know what his schedule is like because you both go to the same extracurricular after this.
That's entirely why I know his class schedule. No other reason.
Yeah,
Not
right,
stalking.
So you'll see him coming out of like advanced arcanobotany, advanced arcanobotany. There we go. He's got a small plant in a pot. It looks really weird. It has like scintillating colors going up and down its trunk. It's a very strange looking plant. In fact, it looks more like an animal than a plant, honestly. Because it's also moving. But that's fine. He doesn't even notice you and almost walks past you.
I'm gonna try to like fake a double take. Like, oh, just the person I need to see.
Give us a deception check with advantage because he wasn't paying attention.
I'm so bad. With advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no. Oh, that's a natural 20.
All right, excellent. He looks over
The
at
other
you.
one was a 3.
Good thing he wasn't paying attention. Yeah, he kind of
So it's
starts.
a 20.
Right.
Cody.
Almost drops his plant. Says, "Oh, Siri, yes. Hello, welcome. You're not usually over here this time. Your schedule has you over by the biblioplex during this period."
Yeah, it does. I was looking for someone who could give me some information about a potential event. I was actually heading somewhere else, but you could probably help me because you know a lot about that kind of stuff. We're looking to possibly have a small, exclusive event just for people that we enjoy the company of, who are cool and stuff. And we were trying to figure out if we could use the quad or if we had to get a permit for that or how that worked. And RMs you throw parties and events for students, and do you know how that works?
I am very aware of the system, and I may not have used it very much myself, but I'm fully aware of the ins and outs of the system for requesting use of a public campus space. Yes. This party you're throwing. Do you need help planning it? Do you
Yeah. I mean, you've met my roommates. They're all very nice, but they're not. We could use someone who's organized and knows the procedures.
Yes, I could assist you very well in those capacities. I am the foremost person on campus procedures. Yes.
Yeah.
I will submit a request to the Dean of Order at once. Do you know when this party is to be and who will be in attendance?
We're still working on that. I'll get you some information by maybe our next club meeting.
Yes, of course. And he takes that piece of parchment and scribbles on it furiously. Says, "I'll need all of these details. Please have these to me no later than tomorrow so I can submit the request in timely fashion." Hands it over.
Yeah.
It's got 12 items. Every aspect of the party that can be measured is requested on the sheet.
Mm-hmm. I'll take it. This is extremely helpful. Thank you. Yes. Just a professional curiosity. What I haven't seen this specimen before. It's fantastic.
Oh, it's my own creation. It's not ready yet. In fact, I shouldn't even be carrying it around. It's not safe. I mean, it's not finished.
It's not I will just pretend that last thing you just said didn't make me even more interested in what it is. Well, when it is finished, and I mean, it doesn't have to say when it's finished, I would love to hear more about it.
This is like he almost never smiles. Even all your time interacting with him, he almost never smiles. He does get a little bit of a grin at the corner of his mouth at this, and says, "Perhaps at our next laboratory session, we can discuss this project."
And of course, and once it's safe.
Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you for this. This is very helpful. We'll get you this information. Okay. Great.
Goodbye.
Thanks. And yep. And Siri just does a 180 on her heel and just speed walks away.
That happens in mirror from both sides.
I feel like we're probably just lurking around the corner, and we're like,
In some bushes.
Well, here's all the stuff that we need to get for this party. Got a list.
We're going to roll through that stuff because planning a party is not that difficult. Maktok will take care of most of the details for you.
Yeah.
Is there anybody who you guys have acquaintance with who you would not invite to your party? Specifically, because this kind of thing, word gets out, so you'd have to specifically disallow someone for them not to show up.
I mean,
no, but we should specifically try and invite that other group of second years that did really well at the fight, so that we can do some more investigating on this poetry situation.
I mean, Vega, do we need to put Egan on the not allowed list?
I mean, do you want to have a good time or a bad time?
I mean,
Have a good time.
Good time. But okay, but wouldn't it also be kind of fun if he shows up and we're having a fantastic party?
Oh, I mean, if y'all want to watch me roast him, if that's what y'all think is a good time, then
I mean,
yeah, sure.
I find that to be a very good time.
Absolutely. Let's invite some seniors.
All right, cool. So you fill out the guest list, and I mean, presumably word spreads. Lots of folks you don't invite do show up. I mean, it's something like what? It's not like you can stop anybody from attending if you want to. Egan does not accept the invite because, of course, he doesn't. There's no chance.
Aww.
Gives no indication that he ever received it. Not that you ever see him. But lots of people do show up, and it is a bumpin' party out in the quad. There are all manner of food. There are beverages provided by the Bows End Tavern and the Fire Jolt Cafe. So if you're into that, late night caffeine boost, that is certainly available with the signature Fire Jolt coffee that the cafe serves. It is electrifying and kind of hot in not just a temperature way, but also a spicy way, and also your entire body kind of feels like it's on fire way, but in a good way. That's a good thing, kind of. It's a very strong drink. In any case, and people are having a great time. Aurora is there. She's on a small pop-up stage, playing her hurdy-gurdy and singing some lovely tunes. Songs she, of course, wrote over break. They're mostly about the beauty of dying flowers, the mystery of a spider in its web waiting for the perfect time to strike, and various other dark themed songs. But the music is so good and her singing is so beautiful that people kind of just gloss over the details of the lyrics. It's fair to say she has a very sizable following. People, many folks have attended the party because they heard she was playing. But it's a great time. Real quick, are there any folks that each of you wants to seek out for a brief interaction at this party? Or is MacDoc is there very awkwardly on the side, obviously, cradling a drink and saying nothing to nobody?
Right now, I am also awkwardly cradling a drink, and I will see what my friends do and then decide.
Stella does want to go up to the second years. She's gonna link arms with Helianthus. Come, let's go. Let's go to the poetry dude.
Okay. He looks like he could use some cheering up, so I'm really good at that.
Are they off in the corner as a four or together?
They're not together. I mean, they're all at the party. Tulk and Bertram, the orc and the red-haired human, are over by the drink bar. They are having a blast with Fire Jolt coffees. They are competing to see who can drink more, which many folks around them are advising them is a terrible idea. They don't seem to be heeding that, unfortunately. Or maybe fortunately, I don't know. We'll see what happens there. You do see Natalia. She is, I guess, speaking with some friends, some of those other second years your age that you saw at the LARP club. She's discussing with them like tactics. She seems kind of interested in the whole battle thing. She's like demonstrating sword strokes and getting comments on her form. You don't see Draths anywhere. Oh wait, there he is. He's hiding behind a table and he's like behind Natalia. Kind of, he's watching her with her sword forms, and you can see him scribbling on a piece of parchment. It's decidedly a little bit creepy and sad.
Buddy.
What you writing there?
What? Don't sneak up on people. That's very dangerous, and you don't know what could have happened. Maybe I had some magic on me that would have made you go poof. How dare you?
Do you have magic that makes us go poof?
What? If I did, I wouldn't tell you about it. Where'd you hear that? Never mind. Leave me alone. I'm busy.
Oh, we just thought that you look like you're having a wonderful time at this party. You seem so enraptured.
It's okay. The party's fine. It's nothing special. Don't get your heads... You're the ones who put this on.
No.
No, we couldn't. We literally don't have the organizational capacity to do it.
Yeah, apparently I'm not very organized.
It was all Urzmak Talk's idea.
He said that it was all your idea.
He's so modest.
Well, anyway, I'm very, very busy. I have much writing to do. And honestly, if you're not going to leave me alone, I will leave myself. And he gets up and starts walking away.
Wait, my friend Stella here, she works for the newspaper and is working on a really special column right now. And you just seem like you would be the perfect candidate to help with the column. Because
at this point, you're like walking after him as he hurries away from you. He says, I don't want to be part of your column. I don't want to give an interview. I don't want to be featured in anything. I don't want to talk to you. Go away. Leave me alone.
Oh, okay.
it's not a very good way to make friends, but okay.
I don't want to make friends.
Okay.
I mean, the column is kind of like cursed, but like anti-cursed, so it's like blessed. Like anyone who like submits something, I hear like has had just radical luck in their love lives, and I have no love life, so I can't verify this. So I was trying to do like a scientific test on if anyone experienced like radical luck in their love life.
He groans, rolls his eyes, and then poofs into a bat and flaps away into the night.
Damn it.
That's fair.
Okay.
Stella, do you want to go ask Bertrand what happened to his eyebrow with me? Because I really
Yeah,
want to know.
okay. Okay. Can we ask Xanther how he was born afterwards?
You can. That said, on stage, Aurora's performance is going swimmingly. Lots and lots of folk are now watching. Like, the night has kind of progressed a little bit, right? Where like the music is the main feature, the food and drink have kind of, well, not necessarily the drink, but the food certainly has subsided in interest. There's plenty of chairs set up near the stage. She'll kind of finish a song, cheers go up, then she like, she's using a spell to magnify her voice. She'll kind of say out over the crowd, I know you're all here for music, but I have something I'd like to say, and I'm hoping you'll all witness this because it's very important to me. This is called Diamonds Love Mud. At least it would be if I could open it. She recites, and the entire party is silent. Beautiful is the rainbow gem, a sparkling, wondrous sight. None can match its fire and flare, and it loves to catch the light. Yet even a diamond, impossibly hard, needs to rest its weary core. And so it seeks an earthen home to cover, soothe, and adore. Yes, a diamond left on its own wishes for soil in which to hide. So I ask you, Fergal of Kessig, if perhaps you will be mine. I adore your sweet innocence, your rough and humble ways. You're the warm cloak I crave in winter, a map leading through life's maze. I know not how long we'd be together, nor what the future holds, but I want your love, your smile, your voice, your warmth against the cold.
I'm shocked. I think it is a good comparison, yourself to a sparkling diamond and myself to mud, and if that's appealing to you, yes.
She'll step off stage, and a spotlight does follow her wherever she goes. So she walks over to you, a spotlight tracking, and reaches out to give you a hug.
Oh, I hug back.
All right. The entire party erupts in cheers and applause. Although you do notice there is a significant portion of the audience who looks a little bit upset.
I don't notice anyone else.
Absolutely. Some other musician, perhaps a follower of hers, will hop up on stage and begin to play. It's a slow song, fit for dancing, and couples will kind of form and begin to dance in front of the stage. I think Fergal has a dancing partner. Does anybody else want to try to find a partner for this dance? All right.
I am going to go over to Urzmektok and just stand next to, like, give him a nod and stand next to him and watch the dancing. That's all.
All right. He does kind of like notice you next to him. You'll see him kind of like swaying faintly side to side in time with the music. He doesn't turn towards you or anything like that, but he is, doing the bare minimum in the direction of dancing. The rest of the folks on the dance floor are swinging gently in the slow and romantic tune. And the whole party is kind of just lost in this sweet and serene moment where folks have found companionship at this magical university. And I think that's where we'll end tonight's session, with you guys having started your first semester in second year and all sorts of new and crazy things happening to a lot of you. So thank you all for joining us for Curriculum of Wonder. It's been my great pleasure to Dungeon Master for this group. I am Marco. You can find me on Twitter and a variety of other places as linked in the description of this channel down below. Yeah, I love this game. I love running for you guys. That one's not ready yet.
That takes us to me. I continue to be Sarah, and I am Sarah L. Kinney all over the internet. I just have a couple of different projects going on. To find out what those are, just pop me a follow on Twitter. And where I really just talk about like storytelling and daydreaming and food and starting art projects but not finishing them. But most importantly, I am very excited to see y'all again in 2 weeks here to play Vega and see how these ships are sailing, because we've got some ships in the harbor that have departed. That's it. I'm so excited to come back. Next
is me. Hello, I am Caitlin. I am a theaterphile all over the internet. When I am not doing TTRPG performer stuff, I am a variety streamer that focuses on vintage and old console games. I'm currently playing through Ocarina of Time, although I think the next time I stream that is going to be finishing the game, maybe, if I don't die a whole bunch. And then we're starting Majora's Mask. And then on Wednesdays, that's on Sundays, and then on Wednesdays I also play Final Fantasy VII. My Twitch is linked in chat. I also do other tabletop stuff all over the internet. Twitter is the best place to follow me to find out where that's happening. I think the next thing I have coming up is on the 2nd. I'm going to be part of a charity stream over on my friend Dax's channel, raising money for the Parkinson's Foundation and playing Glitter Hearts, which is a magical girl anime style tabletop RPG. So that'll be fun. Twitter is the best place to get links for that as well. Yeah, can't wait to be back in 2 weeks.
I'm Francis. I'm playing Fergal still. I'm having a blast. I game a lot, but mostly offline, except for this one, which is great. Yeah, you can follow me on the Twitters at FC Serpa. Just working, writing, doing stuff. Yeah.
Hey, I'm Sam, and I'm still having an awesome time playing Stella, who is eyeballing all these relationships. Oh, this is so good. This is so juicy. Ooh!
Oh, we're gonna end up in the newspaper, aren't we?
Everyone already knows. But when I'm not playing this game, I am occasionally drawing art. You can check out my Instagram in the link, and sometimes I stream other stuff, but very seldomly.
Oh, and then it's me. I'm Andrea. I do a bunch of things because I don't know how to focus on anything. Mostly I make dice and have recently done like jewelry and dice bags and stuff, which is really fun if you want some unique playable art for your gaming tables. I just had a shop update last week and I have a bunch of stuff on clearance right now, so it's a great time to do some shopping. Otherwise, I hang out on the internet. I'm currently playing Sims 4 on Twitch on Sundays, and we keep getting abducted by aliens, and our pets keep dying. So if you're here for a chaos stream, those are always a lot of fun to hang out with. So yeah, that is me.
I did actually have one more announcement I totally forgot because I'm not used to doing this, but I actually have an upcoming stream game that's not this. I'm doing a game for charity. It's for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, I believe. And it's going to be over on Merfeather's channel. I think, there we go. That did it. Okay. So yeah, this is coming Saturday. So 2 days from now in the morning from 9 a.m. to 12 Pacific. We're going to be doing a train heist in the magical, mysterious, technological world of Ethanwald, which with an interesting dynamic duo pair of DMs. So I'm very excited to get to play that and also to raise money for charity for some good causes. So look for me there. Also, very mysterious announcement. This space may have more content types coming up pretty soon. So get excited for that, perhaps. No details to share yet, but it'll be happening. It actually won't be D&D probably. It might be something else entirely. So we'll just we'll see about that. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Curriculum of Wonder has been wonderful tonight. Thanks for watching, and we will see y'all again in 2 weeks.